hydrated, Brenton. I'm well set up here in my makeshift
broadcasting
Watch
studio.
the gate.
Okay, we're going live, Moto. Stand by.
Cheers.
Come on. Break it down now. Break it down now.
Riders, ready?
Okay, there we go. Looks like we have gone live, and welcome to the 2026 BMX New Zealand South Island titles here at North Haven Christchurch BMX. Jaden Walker, how are you today?
Oh, I'm not too bad, Brenton. Yourself?
Mate,
Making the trip down from the North Island to help me out?
I am living the dream. Mate, again, mate, we're in your home patch and you are outnumbered as we welcome Manawa Mason from Tauranga. Manawa, how are you today, brother?
Yeah, fantastic, Brenton. Hey, thank you. And also Jaden. What a dream team we have on board this weekend. And if I remember rightly, the three of us did it trackside back in 2024.
We sure did, mate. I tell you what, time flies when you're having fun. Down here in North Haven, at the North Haven Christchurch BMX track, it is a scorcher down here. The wind is not blowing at the moment. The sun's out. The guns are coming out. It's going to be a scorcher of the racing too there, Jaden.
Yeah, it's going to definitely bake some riders, and they're going to have to be used to it to actually keep up. Hydration and even sunscreen, even though they've got their gear on, is going to be a key.
I tell you what, it's going to be a tyre popping exercise this weekend, but I tell you, it is going to be exciting. We've got our little Sprocket rockets, we've got our challenge class riders, and we've got our championship riders over the 2 days here in the beautiful South Island. It is going to be absolutely epic.
That it is, and it's such an amazing track. Look at the state of it. It looks like it's rolling fast. I mean, I used to ride, but I haven't ridden this one. But it looks like it's going to be a fast track from the practices this morning that weren't live streamed. Everyone was moving fast, so it's going to be a wicked day of racing.
Fantastic. Manawa, what are you looking forward to the most, mate, over the next 2 days?
Well, I guess the main thing I'm looking forward to is, one, seeing riders, of course, excel and hopefully achieve their goals, whether it be getting into a final or achieving a PB. But I think for me, it's going to be this weather, because this weather is going to test the elements of the riders. Will that local track knowledge pay dividends? Let's wait and see.
Yeah, no, fantastic. So remember, people, jump onto the YouTube channel. I know some of you might be tuning in on Freeview Channel 200, which is pretty exciting. Jump on over to our YouTube channel, leave some comments, share the link far and wide. It's going to be an epic day. We'll try to respond. All thanks to BMX New Zealand and Jack Links. Well, Jaden, I don't know about you, but I think it's time we hand over to Tony Nelson, our National Officiating Director, to get the 2026 BMX New Zealand South Island titles underway.
Rightio, gate down, first race of South Island titles for 2026. and we're starting with the Sprockets 5 and under. We've got a bit of an average start from some riders out there, but we'll see as they come around into the first corner. I see an orange bike, and that's going to be none other than, I think it's a Rafe, so it's a Colton Rafe holding on to this one at the moment, but a bit of a low corner in that first one, so I took all his speed. So we've got another one that's going to be coming up to us at the moment. I think it could be Enzo Stedman that's rolling up the front at the moment. I'll catch him as he comes back towards me. But Mr. Rafe says, nah, not happening, mate. I'm going to catch some speed up and we'll see if we can get on that inside. But it's the 388 there of Charlie Watson holding on. North Islander holding on to this one. Colton Rafe just having a try and catch back up. Just that first corner muck up just didn't go his way. So that's going to be your top two. We've also got Theo, Lucas, Theo, Finn, and Enzo in that one too. But top two just run away with it.
Wow, what a way to get started, mate. That is some pretty epic riding there from our Sprocket Rockets. Okay, here we go. It is race number 2, motor number 1, Sprocket 6 mix, thanks to BMX New Zealand. We got Elise Waters out there. We got Emma Bell, Spence White, Riley Reid, Cody Pulswoski, Franklin Percy, and Arlo Hudson. And into it, it's the 809s getting the whole shot. That is your rider out of New Plymouth, Arlo Hudson. Busting a move as they make their way down. Hopefully they remember, so you can see there's 2 tracks down the one straight. That is for the Pro Straight. That'll be used later on. But as they come back, it looks like it's still going to be a rider out of New Plymouth, Arlo Hudson. But we're looking for Franklin Percy on the 941 out of North Canterbury. We're looking for Cody Pawolski out of Cromwell on the 796. The 259 of Riley Reid from Cromwell. Alex's Spencer White there on the 457. The 826 of Emma Bell from Christchurch, and Cromwell's Elias Waters out there on the 252 as these Sprockets 6 mix make their way around the track for race number 2 here at the North Haven Christchurch BMX Club.
Alrighty, moving on to race number 3, Sprocket 6 mixed. And the gate slaps down here for the first time for the Sprocket 6 mix here at the BMXNZ 26 South Island titles. Carl Sazzy's Old Bang team, Mateo Caldwell, Jackson McLeod, Reed Jolly, Bo Rushbrook, and Evie Campbell. But it looks like the rider there from Alex has got the whole shot. She's leading them down this second straight. That's the 4-5-4 of Evie Campbell. She's on the charge as she makes her way into the second corner for the first time today. What a blind of a race Evie's having. What a good way to start the BMX at South Island titles. The 653 of Mateo Caldwell from TA sitting back there in that 2 spot. He's trying to close the gap between Evie. Let's see if he can do it. But we've also got Carl Soul, Jackson Reid and Bo in amongst the mix. They all want a piece of the action as they take out race number 3 for the first time here. Brought to you by BMX New Zealand. Well done to Evie Campbell.
Rightio, next one on the gate, 8 Girls, sponsored by Strata Tile Administration. Sage, Lottie, Brooke, Caitlin, and Freya in this one on the gate. All in the starter's orders at the moment. All up to the starter on when he's going to drop that gate for them.
There we go, up on the gate, we see them ready to go.
Rightio, gate goes down, 8 Girls, Strata Tile Administration sponsored 8 Girls here, and it was the inside rider there. I think that could have been Sage Lawrence that are just rocking out to the front at the moment. I'll catch the number plate as they come towards me. It's the 990 of Sage Lawrence holding on to that front spot at the moment. As we go back to the split times, we got Lottie and then followed by Freya. Back to the rear of the field, Caitlin and Brooke just rounding out the rear, trying to find a way back up. So back to the front, still Sage Lawrence, still holding on to that front spot. Old Lottie's going to have to do some work to catch back up. Then we go back to Freya Pawson, who's just having a bit of a battle with the second place rider of Lottie. So Lottie just got the cleaner line into that last corner. I think she's going to hold on there, but nothing better than Sage Lawrence. And here we go, Freya's just like, you left the door open, I'm going to come and give you a run. So here we go, Sage stage over the line, and it's going to be a finish for the second and third that I'm not going to pick.
There we go, up on the gate now, thanks to Cycle Express, 8 boys. Just checking scores are working, technology's going, getting the roger, that it's all happening. So here we go, it's race number 5, motor number 1, that is round 1 for those of you new to BMX. It is our 8 boys, thanks to Cycle Express, as Finn Watson was out the gate on the 111. Somebody called the police because he's going for the whole shot. Into the corner he goes, but he's got company, the 101. He's keeping it low, that's Finn ducking out, Rotorua. We've got Quinn Ralph out there at Christchurch on the 178. Cooper Duncan on the 788, Oliver McLeod on the 777, the 128 of Cooper Parks. They're in the mix there too, thanks to Cycle Express, but Finn Watson's keeping it steady. Finn Duckett in behind him. We got the Finns out front, I tell you. Quinn's in there too, Cooper, Oliver and Cooper again. I tell you, here we go, the battle's on, into the last quarter they go, it's anyone's game. Who's going high? Oh, there we go. Out of Christchurch City, it looks like it's going to be Quinn. He's making a move into the second spot. This is some exciting racing, and we're only in Moto 1. Race number 5, thanks to Cycle Express. That was our 8 boys.
Yeah, you're right there, Brenton. I tell you what, these boys are going for gold. This is the first time, of course, that they are racing for a plate as such. 8 boys making their way down the first straight for the first time today. And it looks like Jack Anderson there from the Mountain Raiders is out in front. Right in behind them is Reed Steffens, Alexander, Ludo there from TA, and of course Reed Kemp, Toby Hill, and Alo Weta there from Dunners. But it is the rider there from Mountain Raiders, the boy from the north, showing the South Islanders how to do it. He had a great hill start, great first lap, and of course the second lap as well, as he makes his way down the rhythm straight here. And the Cycle Express race brought to you by the 8 boys, but it's Jack Anderson from the Mountain Raiders. He's got the afterburners out, but I tell you what, he's going to have to work up, because Reed Steffens from Alexander's coming up the outside. Is he going to take it out? Oh, what a race! Reed Steffens takes it out from Alexander, Jake Anderson, and Ludo from TA for the 3.
Rightio, Cycle Express, 8 boys, last gate of these ones, and I'm looking at an even start coming down the first straight here, but we've got one that's bumping out the front. That's going to be 901, Freddie Stansfield, so he's got a bit of a gap on the rest of them. We go back to Travis Pastrana's number 199, that's Ollie Diesic. So he's sitting in the 2 at the moment, and we've got Haru just holding in the 3 at the moment. Come out a bit of pressure as we've got Carson Thomas Murdoch just trying to roll around the outside for that 3 spot, and that's exactly what he does. So back to the front of the field, Freddie just still holding on, and we've got the unlucky rider in 2 down there. That was Ollie. He's just hit the deck. Old Travis Pastrana's number always lands on his feet. Let's hope he can get back to them. So it's Freddie Stansfield. He's going to hold this one. We go back to Haru, and then we go back to Carson with the unlucky rider down there.
Here we go though, it doesn't stop. North Canterbury BMX bringing you race number 8. It's our 9 boys. We've got Max Miles on the 421. He's into the work earlier there, the East City rider, but it's the 866 plate. That is Inswell out of Dunedin. Inswell. Weissel, he's going hard. I'm getting it all mixed up. Finn Hudson's in the mix there on the NZ4. Max Miles on the 421 out of East City. Cooper Rushbrooks from Cromwell on 934. He's in the mix. We've got the 212 of Liam Boom out of Christchurch. Karen Norris, the Mountain Raider on the 929 and the 286 of Parker Manahira out of Alex, but into the last corner they go. It looks like it might still be Ryan Entwistle, out there on the front, out of Dunedin. He might be taking it, but we always want to check scores to make sure we're right. But there we go, race number 8, 9 boys, thanks to North Canterbury BMX.
Our second group of 9 boys is lined up there on the gate, brought to you by North Canterbury BMX. This is race number 9. Just waiting for our final checks to be done there by our officials to make sure they're all in the right lanes.
Oh mate, it's great to see. We got the live stream, the comments coming in thick and fast as we look at what we're doing.
Rightio, the gate slaps down here in our race number 9 boys. Archie Walker, Ashton Maloney, Ridge Naylor, Mika Milligan, Liam James, James Bell, Theo Clark and Grayson Perno. On the charge though, it looks like our rider there from Cromwell, that's Archie Walker. He's on the NZ5. He's leading them down this second straight. Catch me if you can is probably what's going through his mind. But it's the Harwood rider from Taranaki region trying to close the gap. That's Mika Milligan. Of course, Asher Maloney there from Tauranga sitting back there in that 3 spot. Liam James from New Plymouth sitting there in that 4 spot at the moment. But look at this rider from Cromwell. He's shown the rest of the pack how to do it. He's got a massive lead on them. Looks like he'll probably maintain it and cross over the finish line and take our race number 9, followed there by Mika Mulligan, I think, from Hawara, and Asher Maloney from Tauranga will take the 3.
Rightio, 9 boys, this is gate 3 of them, sponsored by North Canterbury BMX, Colosia BMX Club sponsoring motos, but back out to front, it's going to be the single digit plate holder there, the SI5, current SI5, Sota Shimada, so he's holding on there, but I think there was a bit of a change down that second straight, and we've got riders going left, right, and blocking other riders to try and hold on to that spot. But it's going to be the 919 of Archer Griffin holding on to that. But Soda's just said, nah, mate, you've left the gate open. I'm going to try and go around the outside here. So a bit of argy-bargy from the front two there. I think it was Archer that was the one that still held on. Then we go back to the 3rd place there of George Byrne. We've got Quinn Nelson, Nate Henley, Kyron Tate, and Luke Richardson in that one too.
Okay, and here comes the next race. It's our 9 girls, race number 11, thanks to Strata Title Administration, and they're into their work. It's still anybody's game. You can throw a tea towel over them. They're so close coming to the first corner, but it's the 880 plate out of Hamilton. That's Pippa Walker. We got the 137 out of Christchurch. Winnie Murphy in the mix there too. Taika Leonin out of Te Awamutu on the 356. Amelia McKay from the Hutt Valley Thunderbolts in there in the 489. The 100 plate of Luca Robinson out of Rotorua as they make their way back from where we're looking for Marley Naylor out of Alex on the 960 plate. But at the front, it's Pippa Walker on the 880. She's taking us round into the final straight. Winnie Murphy from Christchurch hanging in there too. But the battle's on down that final straight thanks to Strata Title Administration. That was race number 11, our 9 girls.
Rightio, the gate slaps down here in race number 12. These year 10 boys brought to you by Christchurch City Council. And I tell you, we had a pretty even start there. 4 or 5 riders coming down the ramp there together. But it looks like, I think that's our rider there from Christchurch City, Cameron Denson. He's taken the whole shot, followed closely by Angus Morris from Cromwell. Bo Goff from Dunedin's in amongst the mix as well. Deacon Rosenberg from Te Awamutu. Rexy Olsen from Rotorua. Fletcher Anderson from Christchurch City as well. And Ben Hendricks from Mountain Raiders. They're your boys here in this race number 12, 10 boys, but I tell you what, look at the skills being put on display there by our Christchurch City rider. Nice manual's been shown there by Cameron Denson. He's got a nice, healthy, strong lead, and it looks like he'll cross over the finish line and take out race number 12, followed there by Angus Morrison from Cromwell and Bo Goff there from Dunners.
Rightio, race 13, it's another gate of 10 boys, sponsored by Christchurch City Council, and I can see a Speeco coming out the front, so that's the 728 there of Logan Healy, followed by Noah Lindsay, just getting a bit of a shunt out wide and said, you want to have a look at the pro straight? Go have a closer look. So back to the front, Logan Healy here holding on to this one, just keeping away from the carnage between Archie and Noah, just trying to push themselves into different tracks. Pro straights aren't for you guys yet, that's a couple of years to go for you two, but it's going to be Archie West still holding on to that inside line, followed by Noah Lindsay from Cromwell, just the unlucky one trying to get past, not able to. Then we go back to Jihu. We've got Hunter Robinson, Nate Blair, and Cooper Lawrence rounding out the rear.
Here we go. Race number 14. The gate just dropped on us from thanks to Christchurch City Council. Another gate of 10 boys. They're into the work, but out the front, you can tell it a mile away. It's the 351. It's the rider out of Hamilton. That's Thor Piso. He's busting a move down the track. Into the work he goes, but he's being chased down by the 253 of Frank Waters out of Cromwell. Leo Charlton from the Shark Tank, and the NZ5's in there too, alongside the 500 plate of Blake Ty out of Tauranga. William Lyons from Alex on the 258. As they come back round and towards us now, it's the 115 of Rio Bundy there from Cambridge. Lucas Wilkie out of Christchurch on the 301. But it's going to be Thor. He's throwing down the hammer as he look at those skills to pay the bills down that last straight. But the race is in the middle of the pack. It's still anybody's game. It's chopping and changing like days of the week as they cross the line there for race number 14, motor number 1.
Rightio, moving on to race number 15, 10 Girls, brought to you by NZCT, and this is an all-South Island affair. We've got Isla Reid from Cromwell, Alessi Jeffco from Southland, Eddie Stevens there from Cromwell, and Elena White there from Alex. But it looks like the rider there from Cromwell, she's on the charge. She's taking the lead at the moment with her ponytails bouncing around. She's the NZ1. from Cromwell. Elisa Jeffgrove there from Southland. She's right on her wheel. She says she can close the gap. I tell you what, these girls are certainly having fun out there. Looks like they've all had their week bits of breakfast or week bits kids. But it is the rider from Cromwell showing the rest of the pack how to do it. And it looks like she'll cross over the finish line and take out race number 15, followed there by Southland, Jeffcote and Stevens from Cromwell.
Radio race 16, Moto 1, 10 girls, Swansea NZCT, and a pretty even start down this first straight. So let's see what they split off to in the first corner. The 822 got the bike front wheel ahead at the moment, Dita, so she's holding on to the front, but here we go. We've got a battle for the 2 and the 3, and even number 4 is coming up to meet them. We've got the rear rider there, Sierra's just waiting for someone to make a mistake and see what she can do with it. But back to the front, Dita running away with this one. We go back to Stella. She's holding on to the 2, but a bit of pressure from the North Canterbury rider there. I know it's an Alex rider, sorry, Violet Job. Same colour scheme, different shirts. So the Alex rider just swooping under there. So they're going to go side by side down this last straight. Stella and Violet, they're going to have to go over the line. I think that was Stella that managed to get that one ahead.
Here we go, the gates just dropped thanks to Action Powder Coating. Race number 17, the first group of 11 boys. It's legs 11, and here we go, the battle's on. Who's going for the whole shot? And they're going high and low. Oh no, but it's going to be none other than Harwood at 756. That's Braxton Hayes. He's out the front. Lynn Sutherland out of Alex there in the distinctive jumper on the 836 with the 143 of Blake Jenkins out of Christchurch looking for a move. Jackson Higgin out of Cromwell on the 606. Olo Haura out of Southland on the 456 and Nathaniel Clifford. Oh no, we've dropped a pedal, but Nathaniel Clifford on the 523 out of Tauranga in the mix there, but there we go. Braxton's going to take this one. He's drag racing down, but unfortunately our man out of Alex, he seems to have dropped the pedal, but he's back on the bike there looking. It's like racing's like a box of chocolates, mate. You never know what you're going to get.
Definitely a lolly scramble, isn't it, Brenton, at times? Anyway, moving on to race number 18. This is our second group of 3, brought to you by Action Powder Coating. And it looks like the rider from Dunner's got the best of the hill start. That's Taylor Cron. Oliver Lehard from Tauranga sitting in amongst the mix as well. I'll tell you what, nice even first corner here. But it looks like Nathan Cook there from North Canterbury. He got the whole shot and he's leading the pack down the second straight. But it is the 430 rider, Taylor Cron from Dunner's. He's taken the lead again. He said, "You're giving me leave the door open, mate. I'll push on through." So it's Taylor leading the pack now. Nathan's had to swap back into that 2 spot. We've also got Ryan there from Southland sitting there in that 3 spot as well. Let's see what Ryan can do. I'm sure he'll want to close the gap on the other 2. But it looks like the 430 rider from Dunedin, he's got the charge, he's got the powers. He crosses over the finish line, takes out race number 18, followed by Zolan from Southland.
Radio race 19, sponsored by Action Powder Coating. It's your last gate of 11 boys here, and I'm looking for Jackson to jump out the front with the World 2, and that's exactly what he does. So the World 2, he's leading a Jackson Road party, but he's got competition behind him. Caden McDonald right on the back tyre of him, so he'll be looking to spoil the world plate holders party for today. So it's Jackson Road party holding on by the skin of his teeth. Then we go back to Caden McDonald. He's still holding there. Bit of a mistake from the world plate holder, and it just about cost him dearly, but Jackson managed to get back on spin, but they're going to go side by side over the finish line, and it was Caden that got that one according to scores. So Jackson just with that mistake.
Here we go, Action Powder Coating bringing you race number 20. This is our 11 girls. Into the work they go. At the front is Georgia Poe Edwards, your NZ1. Into the whole shot she goes. Looking for a spot, and behind her though, your NZ2. Hattie Berrington out of the Sunset Coast. We've got Holly Shaxter on the 05 and a Hamilton in there too. Isabella Leach out of Christchurch on the 195. Your SI2 of Ali Campbell out from Alex, wanting to hang on to that plate. Alongside your SI5 of Kenzie Parker out of Dunedin. But it's none other than Georgia Polka Dot Poe Edwards. She's out the front. Look at that skills. Into the work we go. But in behind her, Hattie Barrington. Not giving it an inch, but there we go. Looks like we might have dropped a rider in the corner. Everybody putting it on the line for a coveted SI title plate, Manawa. I tell you what, we all want one of those, don't we?
We certainly do, Brenton. But I tell you what, you make a mistake, you'll pay the price. And it looks like our second group of 11 girls, brought to you by Action Powder Coating, making their way down this first straight already, Brenton. They're certainly not waiting for us. And it is the 505 of Amelia Williamson. Oh, no, it wasn't Amelia. It was Millen McMillan from there from Southland. She got the whole shot. So Williamson's had to settle for the 2. Grace Beale from Dunedin for the 3. Sienna Richardson from Hutt Valley Thunderbolts sitting in the mix as well. Amelia Wilkin, of course, Libby McLeod. But it is that 285 of McMillan there from Southland. She's on the charge, and there's a battle going on there for 2-3 as well. That's your 505 and your 299 from Dunedin. But you've also got Richardson sitting in there, wanted to close the gap as well. But it looks like our rider from Southland, she's the 285. She'll take out race number 21, followed there by Amelia Williamson and Grace Beale from Dunedin for the 3.
Rightio, race 22, Moto 1 of the 12 boys, sponsored by Mile & Co. And we've got a bit of a staggered start in the first straight. It's going to be the 670 of Dylan Johns that is rocking out there, but Sam Hickey from New Plymouth is going to go with him right on his back wheel. So let's see what these two do up the front. We got Dylan, Jamie and Cole in this one as well, just trying to have a bit of a battle of their own. But race comes back to the front, and it's Dylan Johns who's just running away with it a bit at the moment. So Sam Hickey won't be happy with that. He'll be trying to catch his back wheel again. He had it on the front straight and the second straight, just lost it down the last. So it's still going to be Dylan Johns. He's going to hold on to this one. Sam Hickey's going to take the 2. Then we go back to Dylan Lee, Jamie McIlrick and Cole Butler rounding at the rear.
And here we go, thanks to Mile & Co. It's another gate of 12 boys. They're getting fast and furious for race number 23. Look at them come down towards us now. We're looking to see who's going to get the whole shot, and is it going to be Harley Logan? It's the SI2. It's Baden Prescott and Tiamudu. He managed to get it, but he's got company all over his back wheel. That's Heath Boyce out of Christchurch. He wants a piece of the pie. He's just down the road, and he's going to take it, wants to take it home. We got Kobe guys in there from Dunedin, Liam McDonald from Kapiti, Harley Logan out of North Harbour, and Cohen Blair from Southland. But it's going to be your SI2 plate of Baden Prescott taking us into the final straight. Has he got what it needs to hang on? He's pushing the bars, he's manualing. Look at the manuals and the pumping down that last straight. That's what Mile & Co. have got him behind BMX Racing 4.
Yeah, Mile & Co. certainly supporting a great class here at 12 boys. But in this mix as well, we got Maxie Olsen, Enzo Torrance, Kate McKenzie, Toby Millen, Caleb Potter, and Austin Sheeran from Southland. But it looks like the rider there from Rotorua. Yeah, Maxie, he's leading the pack. He's got the whole shot as he makes his way down that second straight. And I tell you what, he's got the skills to pay the bills, this boy. Caden McKenzie from Christchurch City. He's sitting right on his tail, so Olsen's going to have to work hard. And of course, Enzo Torrance there from Te Aroha sitting back there in that 3 spot, but it is a Olsen McKenzie affair out in front at the moment, and it looks like the Rotorua boy of Maxie Olsen, he'll cross over the finish line and take out race number 24. Hot on his heels was Caden McKenzie from Christchurch City and Enzo Torrance from Te Aroha for the 3.
Rightio, race 25, and that's the 12 Girls Aotearoa Gaming Trust sponsored, and you can throw a blanket over these guys into the first quarter, so let's just hope they stay upright, because there's no carnage allowed in this first quarter at the moment. We're not that far into South, we don't want carnage yet, but to the front we've got the SI2 plate holder, Olivia Anderson. She'll be looking to get that from an SI2 to an SI1 this time. So then we go back to Mia Grant holding on to there. We've got Matilda Norris from NC just to come in a monster the outside of her, so let's see if she can do it. Matilda Norris just round the outside and said you left the gate open, I'm going to take advantage of it. So back to the front, Olivia Anderson holding on to this one. Matilda Norris going to take that 2, and then we go back to Mia Grant just getting relegated down a place.
There we go. It helps if I take myself off mute. It's race number 26 now. Lucky 13. It's into it. There we go. But thanks to 98 coaching, it's the 305. That was Finn Berenson. I think might have got the whole shot. Oh, they're checking out the pro straight. It's real tight in this first corner. May not look it, but it sure is. But coming back down towards us now, we're looking for Blake Norris, Maxwell Morris, Nixon Murphy, Braden Beck, Charlie Shaw, Mason McLeod. But it's going to be the Sunset Coast rider at the moment, taking us into the last corner first. But he's got Blake Norris all over his back wheel. Blake's is throwing out the afterburners. What can he do? He's riding like a squirrel on caffeine with a lot of sugar in him as he bounces across that finish line. Here we go, race number 26, 13 boys.
Yeah, you mentioned caffeine, Brent, and I wonder what some of these parents have fed their kids this morning. I tell you what, this is fast and furious action, and we got race 27 out there already showing us how to do it, but it is the rider there from Dunedin, from NAC, sorry, there's Jesse, he's got the whole shot. The rider from Dunedin, Golf is sitting there in the 2, Walker I think it is for the 3 at the moment. We've got Monty Gardner, Sam Glover, Andrew Vanderbergen, Nathan Swan. I tell you what, this is our biggest group here at the South Island titles this year, 29 riders making the trip to NAC, but it is the 3-2-4 play from NAC. He's on the charge, he's got the local knowledge, he'll probably ride this track blindfolded as he makes his way towards the finish line, and he'll take out race 27, and it looks like our riders from Dunedin, the 1-1-2 settle for the 2, Gardner from Cambridge for the 3.
Radio race 28, and it's the 13 boys here, 98 coaching sponsored, and it's the NZ1 that's going to come out there first. It's Finn Lawrence from Hawera, so he's got an NZ plate on already, so he wants to make the SI1 too, taking that off Mr. Brock O'Neill, who's sitting in 3 at the moment, but he's going to have to do some work to keep that SI plate. He's got an NZ plater in here as well, so it's Finn Lawrence running away from the rest of them at the moment. We go back to the SI1 there of Brock O'Neill from TA. He's going to hold on to the 2. Then we go back to the Southland rider, Sam Brand. But it's going to be the NZ plater. He's taken that one right away.
Here we go, 98 coaching, obviously knowing how to use their money smartly, probably trained the same way. Getting another gate there of 13 boys, race number 29. Look at this though. It's the 931, the Cromwell rider. You can see him a mile away. That's Carter Simmons. We got the 600 plate though from Hawera of Dylan Smith in there. The 905 of Alex Shanks. Alan Hamilton's chasing down to the 3rd. Lucas Jones from the Shark Tank New Plymouth there, the 421. The 789 of Flynn Stauffer from Nelson. Mason Jeff got out of Southland on the 257, and Ollie Beale from Dunedin on the 886. But it looks like it's going to be a Cromwell rider. Carter Simmons taking it away. Great to see Nelson in the back on the track, bringing riders around. Awesome to see from the top of the South Island down here to Christchurch.
Alrighty, as we move on to race number 30, brought to you by Trackstars, and this is a stack pack of riders here. And I tell you what, it is the local rider of Austin Stronish from just down the road at Christchurch City. He's got the whole shot. We've got Hanson sitting there in that 2 spot from North Canterbury. Calder Joyce from Mountain Raiders. He's sitting back there in that 3. But it is the Stronich rider on the 264. He's on the charge, and I tell you what, he's got the skills to pay the bills. He's got the pumping action going. He's got the manually going down that 3rd straight. He certainly pulled out a little bit to create a bit of a breather between him and Hanson from North Canterbury. But it looks like Stronich too good, too strong. He'll take out race number 30, followed by Joyce and Mountain Raiders for the 2, Hanson for the 3.
Radio race 31, 14 boys, gate 2 of them, sponsored by Trackstars, and we've got a gaggle of them going down into the first corner. So it's the 57 of John O'Hanson, who just hit the high line and got sent to the top of the corner. So he'll be trying to catch his way back, but that's going to be Cooper Murphy, I think, is oh, and now we've got the front 2 that just had a bit of a scrap in the first corner, having a scrap in the second too. So it looks like it's the 690 that's going to be the one that gets through all that carnage. It's going to be Reef Hendricks from Mountain Raiders, just sitting at the front at the moment. Then we go back to, I think it could be Dylan Denwhistle, but the unlucky 2 front runners just hitting the deck in that second corner, unlucky.
Tell you what, mate.
Yeah, argy-bargy, wasn't it?
When you got a South Island title plate though, Mono, it's everything on the line, even from Moto 1.
You'd think it'd be in all of the finals too.
But you want to save a bit of energy for the rest of the weekend. We're only into race number 1, and already the arms are out. She's elbow to elbow, and it's bar to bar action. I tell you what a weekend of racing we're going to have.
Yeah, mate, it's going to be epic, and I tell you, great to see though. Looks like Cooper Murphy back up on his feet and pedaling that bike. So big round of applause for him. From Christchurch, one of the 134.
One of the 4 Murphys that are here today, I think.
Both very good riders, Cooper Murphy and of course John O'Hanson, being Mighty 11's representatives as well, have taken non-Australia in recent years, but I'm sure Cooper will be back strong and fit, hopefully ready to take on some action over the weekend.
He might just pop over to Mr. Whippy on the way past.
Mr. Whippy Band-Aid.
Okay, so just back up on the gate. Just checking everything's all good. Race number 32, Moto number 1 still. Okay, and the gate there has dropped. It is into it. It is Moto race number 32. Thanks to Trackstars. This is our 15 boys black cover though. The NZ4 making a move early. He's got the whole shot and he wants to hang on to it. He's into it from Kai Tangata. He's pushing hard, not too far from here. We've got Travis Marshall though out of Paroa on the 704. Oliver Donaldson out of New Plymouth on the 284. The 821 of Fergus Gardner from Cambridge. The 945 of Jacob White out of Hawera. And Christchurch Colson Warren the 297. But it's going to be out the front. Your NZ4 from Kai Tangata. That's Blake Glover. He's taken it round in the race number 32. Thanks to Trackstars. He's pushing hard. Look at those skills. That's why he's out the front as we round out the 15 boys. Thanks to Trackstars here at the 2026 BMX New Zealand South Island titles.
Rightio, race 33. This is our second group of 3 here in this 15 boys, and it looks like the rider from Southland, he got the best of the hill starts, but I tell you what, the Harwood and Wharoa Fetch Lawrence, he's right on his heels. He's trying to close the gap. Lucas Lang from Dunners is in the mix as well. Reed McDonald, Liam King and Jax West from Cambridge have all made the trip down here to the South Island title, but it is our Southland rider, Zed Colley. He's pumping his way down that third straight, down the rhythm section, as we call it. He's on the 589 and the 550 of Lawrence Harwood, sitting there in that 2 spot at the moment. Looks like he might have to stay for it. Reed McDonald there from Kaitanga to Gold, as we call it. He's on the 903 and he'll take out the 3rd spot.
Rightio, let's go with race 34, 15 boys. Last one of these was sponsored by Trackstars, and I couldn't get it any closer than this. You could throw a wet fish in there, and hopefully it would hit someone that close. So back to the front, we've still got a three-way go for the 1, 2, and 3. So at the moment it was Joshua Ford that got the whole shot into the first corner, but as they start fanning out now, we'll catch them as they come back through. So it's still Joshua Ford holding on at the moment. We go back to the 131 there of Liam Clifford just trying to open a gap, but not finding one there. Then we go back to Tyler Grant. We got Caleb Smith, Liam Stebbin and Kieran Hegan as well, but nothing better than Joshua Ford taking that one out.
Here we go, it's the big boys on their toys. It is our 17 to 34 male 20-inch thanks to NZCT. Here we go, like a pack of sardines. Into the first corner they go. This is pretty tight, I tell you. Fred Cooper, Jack Gibby, Dean James, Deacon McCormick, Liam Goodwin, Quinn Bowen, and Thomas Houghton. And there you go, they're still so close, I tell you. Coming back down towards me now, they're getting into the rhythm straight, into the work, there they go. It is going to be the man out front, though. It looks like it's going to be Jack Gibby. He's going to be in the front, but here we go, the Christchurch man coming in behind him. That must be Fred Cooper. He's pushing hard as they cross the line. Thanks to NZCT, race number 35, 17 to 34 male.
Alrighty, moving on to race 36 is ready. I tell you what, we've got the big bangers in this group. We got the NZ1 of Dan Bracombe from Dunners, and I think that's him leading us into that first corner. Yes, it is. Hunter Sterling, Lindsay from Alexander's had the slot in for that 2 spot. Kenan Brown there from Christchurch City in that 3, but I tell you what, there's a battle on for that 2, 3, 4 at the moment. Dan McCombie from Dunners, he's got all that clean fresh air out in front. He's leading on from the front, he's on the charge, he's on the NZ1, but Hunter Sterling, Lindsay closing the gap, and he's doing a mighty fine job. And it is Hunter Sterling, Lindsay trying to come up the inside. Is he going to have the juice to do it? Looks like he won't. And Dan McCombie from the end will take out race 36, followed by Sterling Lindsay for the 3 and Brown for the 3.
Rightio, race 37, 17 to 34 male 20-inch. And NZCT sponsoring this one, but it's the 82, Cameron Liang. He's rocking straight into this corner first, and that's looking like where he's going to stay. But not if Owen Brown has something to say about it. There's a gap that opened up. I thought Owen was going to huck his bike in there, but he decided no, not this time. I'm going to stay in that second spot. So back to Cameron Liang in the front, Owen Brown in the 2. The NZ7 of Liam Parks is holding on there for the 3, but he's going to get monstered over the line by a 3-wide check over the line, and it's going to be Zeb Pickford that takes the 3.
Here we go, though, thanks to Trackstars. It's race number 38, still Moto 1. This is our 16 boys, and look at them come. They're flying, they're fast, and they're furious, but into it goes. It's going to be your man at a hardware. That's Caleb White on the 822. He's pushing hard and going fast, but down the middle of the pack, it looks like he's making some moves. Ben Shaw, Ben Polden, they're looking for it. Mason Joel Gersma, he's making some moves, coming up into number 2 spot. We've got Brock Steedman, Ben Shaw, Lockie McKinley. They're into it, hard work though, but it's going to be your man at a hardware of the 822. There's still a battle on, we don't know. Is he going to hang on? Can Mason keep it going? He's got company though. Ben Polden, I think's having a crack. Is he going to get it? I don't know. We're going to want to go upstairs to check that one out.
Rightio, this is your amalgamated group of women juniors, race number 39, and it looks like Taylor Arnold from Tauranga, she got the best of the hill starts. It looks like the rider there, though, from NAC, Cassian Lewis. She's got the local knowledge, and she's showing the rest of the girls how to do it. She's on the charge down the second straight, and she's got the power. She's got the afterburners out. She wants to lead this back down the third straight. And it is Holly Oldman from Alexander sitting back down the 2. Azaria Thornley there from Tapiti in the 3 spot at the moment. Cassian Lewis as well, sitting back there in that 4 spot. Alyssa Fleeta Fister from the Mountain Raiders. She's going to cross over the finish line, and she'll take out race number 39, followed there by Holly Oldham from Alexandra for the 2, and Cassian Lewis for the 3.
All right, race 40, 44 to 40 to 44 male 20-inch, Christchurch City Council sponsored, and I'm looking for Cam Kay and Scotty Murphy to go straight to the front. Here we go. Oh, archie-barchie. Cam's a big unit to be pushing around, but Scott says, nah, you're not doing that to me, matey potato. So he's going to have another crack at it. We've got another Christchurch City rider coming to spoil the party too. So Scotty Murphy still holding on at the moment. Old Cam Kay's just like, yeah, well, you're going to have to do some work to get that position for me. So down the last straight here we go. Scotty Murphy holding on by the skin of his teeth. Then we go back to Cameron Kay. And Jamie Nelson threw his bike in there for a run too.
Mate, the crowd on the corner here said it all, as you can hear them going, ooh. But into it, we don't stop. Thanks to Cycle Express, it's a 45 to 49 male 20-inch. And they're throwing it down there, the 666 plate into the plate there. That's Christchurch's Nathan Cornelius. Derek Delkozma, Big D as we call him, the SO1 currently. He's hanging on. Glenn Richardson into the Hunt Valley Thunderbolts. We've got Glenn Ogle out of Christchurch, Hunter Bird out of Dunedin, Daniel McKinley out of Cromwell, and Alexis James Scrubb. But into the work they go. It's still the 666 plate of Nathan Cornelius. Glenn Richardson's hanging in there too. Big D's making a move. Can he catch up? Not sure, but he's got company down his back wheel. That's Glenn Ogle. He's pushing through. What's going to happen? This is why, thank goodness, we got technology like scores.
I'll tell you what, these boys certainly show no mercy. Although this is your 50-plus male 20-inch, they're certainly going out there to show the rest of the pack how to do it. And it looks like it's none other than Dave Mohi from NAC. He got the first corner. Tony Thornley there from Taquita, he's in the 2 spot. Brett McCursia there from NAC, sitting back down the 3. Shane Parker there from Dunners as well. I tell you what, she's happening plenty here, but it's Dave Mohi from NAC. He's led from the front all the way, and it looks like he's showing us the skills. Look at him getting that air time, Mr. Mohi. We love it. It's Thornley from Taquita sitting there in that 2 spot. Parker from Dunners in that 3 as well. But it looks like Mohi led from the front and will cross over the finish line and take out race 42, followed there by Thornley and McCursia for the 3.
Rightio, we got Men Elite coming up now. Don't blink or you'll miss these guys, especially for you guys at home. Rightio, gate goes down. Bias made a good start from the inside there, but Jesse James Green had a good start too. So we got Bias on the inside here. We got Jesse James Green, he's in the 2. We got the 720 there of Nick Cowie just getting over through there. But up we over go. Up and over we go, the pro straight. Here we go, they've got another straight to do. It's the pro rhythm straight, so it's Bias holding on at the moment. Oh, Jesse James Green just slowing down through that pro rhythm straight, but he's holding on to the 2. We go back to Nick Cowie. We got Bryson Joyce and Jack Stanley in here as well, but Bias too big, too strong for that one.
There we go. What an action pack. That was worth watching. No doubt we can check out those replays. But here we go, thanks to the hand therapist. It's race number 44, Moto 1, 13 to 14 girls, and look at them coming towards us now. In the McCullen out of Southland, she's into it. It's the NZ2, there she goes. We've got Quinn Lindsay out of Cromwell on the 793. Stella Scouts on the Mountain Raider on the 808. Kelly Mello out of Christchurch on the 120. Bohahura out of Southland on the 134. Honor McCabe from Southland on the 832. And the 999 plate of Sophia Dare out of Alex. But coming back down towards us now, it's still in the McMullen as she goes around that last corner, pushing hard. We've got the Cromwell rider of Quinn Lindsay all over her back wheel, and the Mountain Raider of Stella Skelton. But the battle's on there. Kelly Mello, Bohahura. What's going on? There's another Southland rider. That must be Honor McCabe coming up the outside too.
Yeah, moving on to race 45. This is your 15 to 16 girls, brought to you by Yenko. And it looks like Strana from Christchurch City. She did not start, but we got Begbert, Morris, Ziegler, Lada and Wilkinson out there in the action. And Kat Morris there from Southland. She's got that clean free share. She's got the afterburners out. She's on the 320 plate as she makes her way into that second corner. Turn and Bert she goes. And it's Bert there from Dunedin, sitting right on the wheels on the 116. And the 117 is Elizabeth as well. Sorry, Bert and Bear got in one numbers all mixed up. But she's action a plenty here because Morris is leading from the front. She's on the charge and looks like she'll cross over the finish line and take out race 45. Followed there by Bert for the 2 and Meg from Kotangata for the 3.
Okay, riders to the pits for Moto 2. Riders for the pits for Moto 2.
Rightio, back into the racing now. We got race 46, Graham Gold Consulting sponsored. 35 plus cruiser female. I can't call them old because they're not old. So it's the 35 plus cruiser female, and we've got Amy Duckett in the front at the moment from Rotorua. All the way from the North Island. North Islanders are doing very well in this first moto. So Amy Duckett from Rotorua holding on to that NZ4 plate, knows how to be out the front. Then we go back to Nikki Mulligan. She's holding on to 2. Nikki Bonsall, she's on the 3, but I think there's a bit of pressure there coming from Rachel Rogers. So down the last straight, the battle's here for 3rd between Rachel and Nikki, but thank God for transponders because we're going to need them.
Here we go into the work though. They go. This looks like it's going to be 8 to 10 cruiser male moto. Number 1 still, race number 47. Into the work, there they go. This is sponsored by Inco. As they come into it, we can see it's a Cromwell rider of Frank Waters on the 618. He's out the front. Rex Olsen, though, from Rotorua. He's on the 99 plate, and he's having a crack alongside Nico Rosenberg from Te Awamutu on the 350. James Ballard across it on the 218, and his mate Quinn Ralph out of Christchurch on the 178. But coming back towards me now, it's Frank Waters on the 618. He's out the front. He's pushing hard into it. Rex Olsen from Rotorua hanging on. But he has got company, Nico Rosenberg out of Te Awamutu. That's where we're going to be for Nationals. It's going to be exciting as they round out here. Thanks to Inco, race number 47, Moto 1, 8 to 10 cruiser male.
Rightio, race 48's coming at us already, brought to you by Inco as well. Foss, Barrington, Murphy and Torrens. Look at these girls go. They are the cruiser bruisers. And it looks like Olivia Frost there from Mountain Raiders. She got the best of the whole starts. And, of course, she got the whole shot as she leads the pack down the second straight. But it's Hattie Barrington there from Sunset Coast. From Pukikoe, she's sitting back there in that 2 spot at the moment. Stella Torrens from Te Aroha sitting on the 3. Winnie Murphy from Christchurch sitting back there in that 4 spot. But it is Olivia Frost from the Mountain Raiders. She's getting that pumping action going as she makes her way down the 3rd straight on her cruiser for the first time today and heads down that home straight towards the finish line. Brought to you by Inco. This is your 8 to 12 cruiser female, and Frost will take it out, followed there by Barrington and Torrens for the 3 and Winnie Murphy for the 4.
Rightio, race 49, X-Zone Muscle Rub sponsored 11 to 12 cruiser male, and I know there's a name in here that I know quite well. It's the old big red bus, Caden McKenzie. Didn't make a good start, so let's see if he can recover, because up the front at the moment it's Dylan Johns, followed by Max Olsen just holding on there at the moment. We got Baden Prescott from TA just in the mix there too, but here comes the big red bus around the outside. So Caden McKenzie making his move now, trying to get up to the top 3. But back to the last corner here, Dylan Johns. Bit of a gap from the rest of them in that bright looking Supercross, I think it is. And then we go back to Max Olsen from Rotorua. He's going to hold on to the 2. Then we go back to Baden Prescott, and that's going to be your 3.
There we go, though, thanks to Connects. I think that's it, yeah, Connects. It's race number 15, motor number 1 still, 13 to 14, cruiser male. They aren't cruising though, it's the 134 plate. That's Hooper Murphy out of Christchurch. He's busting a move, but he's got company from Cromwell there. In the number 2 spot, you can see Carter Simmons on the 300 plate. Angus Morgan, the 321. The local lad, he wants a piece of the pie. This is his track. He wants to take home a plate. As they come back down towards us now, Dylan Smith out of Harware on the 100. Quinn Parker on the SO4. He wants to keep that number, but it's going to look like it's going to be Cooper Murphy. He's going to take us home here on race number 50. Thanks to Kinetics, it's the 13 to 14 cruiser male.
Rightio, moving on to race 51. This is our second group of 13 to 14 cruiser male. And it looks like Maxwell, Morris and Cromwell got the best of the hill starts. Reef Hendricks, Nixon Murphy, Finn Barrington and Jackson Carroll. Your 5 riders here in this 13 to 14 cruiser female. But it is the 690 of Hendricks and Mountain Raiders. He's showing us the skills, he's showing us how to do it. He goes in and out of that second corner. And he makes his way down the 3rd straight. It is the 690. He's on the charge. He's got the manualling action. He's putting on a display for us to watch, ladies and gentlemen. But it is Barrington from Sunset Coast sitting back there in that 2 at the moment. Morris and Cromwell sitting in the 3. Murphy and Carroll are your 4-5. But it looks like Hendricks will be too good, too strong. He'll take out race 51, followed by Barrington and then Morris for the 3.
Rightio, race 52, 15 to 39 cruiser male, sponsored by Stratco, and we've got a bit of an opener and a closer here. So we've got the young'uns mixed with the old boys. Old James Mello with his flying pigs on, he's got that on. He was walking around with that on, so he's left the flying pigs on, but he's rounded out the rear with one of the old boys. So back to the front, Jack Gibby, he's the one that's holding on, but it's the Cromwell rider of Hamish Hill just saying you left the door open and I'm going to come past you. So Hamish Hill holding on at the moment. Then we got another one. I think that's Travis Marshall just saying to Jack, get a move on, boy. But the Cromwell rider looking real loose towards that line. Woo.
There we go, thanks to Stratco. It's another gate of our 15 to 39 cruiser mail. Deacon McCormick got it done here on the 275. He's getting into his work early and he's going to get the whole shot as he jumps into it. But the NZ1, that's Adam Lawrence out of Hawke's Bay sitting in there. North Canterbury's Ben Poland on the 647. Liam Parks from Kapiti on the 500 plate. Out of Alex though, the 674. Hunter Sterling Lindsay. Liam Clifford on the 131 out of Tauranga. Sam Torrens from Tiana Howe on the 298. Raiden King on the 646 from Cromwell as it takes us round. It's game on though down that front straight. Deacon McCormick, Adam Lawrence having a go, but then in the middle of the pack, the 4 and 5's not safe either as they cross the line there for race number 53. Thanks to Stratco.
Rightio, race number 54 brought to you by Trackstars. There's nothing like a bit of a self-inflicted pain. All of these riders are double classing. And it looks like Taylor Arnold, she got the best of the whole start, but it is the rider there from the Mountain Raiders. She is your NZ1, Selena Feister. She's taken the lead, and Holly Oldman there from Alexandra is sitting back there in that 2 spot. Arnold had to settle for the 3. Jessica Hura from Harwood is sitting back there in that 4. Destiny Stewart on the 08 from Dunedin sitting there in that 5. But look at Selena Feister go. She's the Mountain Raider. She's on the charge, turn and boom. She goes out of that 3rd corner, makes her way down this 4th straight towards the finish line. Brought to you by Trackstar. Selena Feister will take out the 1. Holly Oldman from Alexandra for the 2. And Arnold from Tauranga for the 3.
Here we go. No, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, Brenton's getting ahead of himself. So it's race 55 here from our Enco. And it's the 40 to 49 cruiser mail. Not so old, not as old as the 50 plus, but it's Cameron Kay and Scotty Murphy. So here we go. They're argy-bargy on their 20-inch, not so much on their cruiser. I think they want to get through the whole weekend. When you get older like this, you got bills to pay, so they're just going to be keeping it safe. Then we go back to Corey Green just coming up to Scotty Murphy just saying, g'day, how you going? I'm still here. We go back to Andrew Badman in there as well. We got Nigel Rafe, Darren Colley and Sean Kingston, but Cam Kay takes this one out on his suspension front end.
Here we go, now I'm on, it's race number 56, thanks to Enco, into the work we go. Big D's making a move, can he hang on to the whole shot as we look to see? He's got the skills to pay the bills on the O2 planet, it is Big D. He's hung on, but he's got company. Nathan Cornelius is all over his back wheel. Can he keep the door closed? Only time will tell. Johan Rosenberg out of Tawamutu's in there alongside Jamie Nelson, Hayden Payne, Jeremy Hudson, Rangy Rogers. But coming back down towards us now, it looks like it might have been Nathan Cornelius has closed the door on Big D, but is he going to let that go? I don't know, but the 103 there out of Christchurch, that's Jamie Nelson. He's made it up into the 2 spot. Oh no, here we go. Hopefully Big D's okay as he cruises across the finish line there for race number 56.
Alrighty, these are your big boys on your big wheels. These are your cruiser bruisers, your 50 plus cruiser mail race 57, brought to you by the hand therapist, Lewis Gamble, Phillips, Cook and Bogus Golden Wheels. But it is the local knowledge of Mark Lewis. He's leading from the front. He's on the 497. We've got the 837 from Christchurch City of Phillips sitting back there in that 2 spot. Cook from North Canterbury on the 171, settling for the 3 at the moment. Let's see what Gamble and Bogus Golden Wheels can do. But it is the 497 showing the rest of the pack how to do it. He's cruising, he's bruising. He's got the afterburners out as he makes his way down this 4th straight. That is Mark Lewis putting on a show for all of us, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Matthew Phillips there from Christchurch City will settle for the 2. And Adam Cook, Lewis Phillips and Gamble.
Radio race 58, the old boys on big wheels, sponsored by the hand therapist. Watch at these guys' age, probably need it. So it's the 05 of Wayne Shanks rocking out there with these old boys on big wheels. So it's Wayne Shanks, Rick Houghton looking for a gap to open and see if he can shove his bike in it. Pretty good over at a pump track, old Rick won a few things over there, but he's still getting the 2nd spot here. So Wayne Shanks holding on around this last corner. He'll go down that last straight and hold on to that front spot. We got Rick Houghton, he's going to stay in the 2. Oh, Shane Parker in the 3, Craig Barrington in the 4, and one of the oldest, well, he's probably going to shoot me for this, but one of the oldest people in BMX at the moment, Roy Leaning, rounding out the rear.
Tell you what, mate, it's coming thick and fast. It is furious here. It's BMX New Zealand Sprockets 5 and under. As they come back down towards us now, look at these little tykes on big bikes as they're pushing hard. It's race number 59. We're into Moto 2, and it's the 827. That's Colton Rafe out of Christchurch. He's managed to get the whole shot, and he's motoring it away. But we're looking for Charlie Watson out of Hamilton on the 388. Taya Hansen from North Canterbury on the 802. Finn Kemp out of North Canterbury on the 807. Here we go, the 806 of Lucas Williamson. Again, guess where from? North Canterbury. North Canterbury's Theo Treble in the 333. Enzo Steedman out of Christchurch in the 326 and the 802 from Cromwell of Penelope McLeod. They're out there busting a move as they come along here. Thanks to BMX New Zealand, this is race 59. Moto 2, so that's round 2 for those of you new to the sport for our Sprockets 5 and under as we head along the day, cracking along with this heat. A little bit of wind up now there, Jaden, down here in Christchurch. It's just keeping it nice and cool a little bit.
It is. Manawa will be loving it up there with his air-conditioned house.
Nothing like an air conditioning studio. Jaden, you got it right there. It is our race number 60 of our Sprocket 6 mix, brought to you by BMX New Zealand. We've got White, Cordwell, Hudson, Sazzy, Waters, Campbell and Reed from Cromwell. Tell you what, look at these Sprocket rockets they go, but it is the 457. Spencer White from Alexandra, he's got the lead. He's out in front, he's on the charge, and there's the 809 plate there of Hudson from New Plymouth sitting there in that two spot. Oh, nice low corner there. He did cross the line, but it's all about these riders having fun. And it's the 809 of Hudson sitting there in that two spot. At the moment, but I tell you what, the rider who was in front, 457, he had a sneaky look over his shoulder, and Hudson decided to go, if you're going to do that, mate, I'm going to go in front, and it's exactly what he did. So Hudson from New Plymouth on the 809, he'll cross the finish line. Well done to you, buddy. And the 497, I think it was, 57 of White for the two.
Radio race 61, and it's the Sprockets 6 mix, gate 2 of them, and I'm pretty sure that was Emma Bell rocking out there at the moment, so she's going to lead them through. The 250 there of Bo Rushbrook is going to go with her. We've got I'm pretty sure I can see a Jolly there, a Reed Jolly. We've got a couple of unlucky riders down here in the first quarter, but they should jump back up and get back on their bike. That's exactly what they're going to do. So back to the front of the field at the moment. Emma Bell still holding on from the Cromwell rider there of Bo Rushbrook. So here we go, they're going to go side by side into the last corner. Emma's just shutting the door. She's only a Sprocket, but still knows how to shut the door. So Emma Bell down the last straight. We've got the Cromwell rider, Bo Rushbrook, going with her. So then we've got Franklin Percy, I'd say, will be in the 3. Then we've got Jackson McLeod, Sol Bundy, and Reed Jolly in there. I think he was the unlucky one in the first corner. And the other Cromwell rider of Cody, I think, went down in the first corner. But good to see they're back on their bikes, and they'll make their way to the finish line to get their placing.
They sure will. Now, for those, channel 200 on Freeview might be new to BMX. 4 rounds of racing to come today, gentlemen. 4 rounds. No breaks, all the way to the end. That's how we roll. Talk about rolling. We're rolling already thanks to Strider Title Administration. This is race number 62. It's 8 Girls Hall, and it's the 990. That's Sage Lawrence pushing hard. Hey, she got out front from the Hawke's Bay. We got Lottie Kahakura from Kaitangata there on the 757. She's trying to find a spot with Freya Pawson out of Christchurch on the 237. Brooke Colley from Southland on the 533, and Caitlin Cron from the lead on the 245. Mike Butler, the official, and the officials. Look at him strut his stuff out here. Thanks to those officials out there today. Sage Lawrence on the 990. She's taking it round. Lottie Kahakura from Kaitangata on the 757. Freya Pawson there on the 237 out of Christchurch. Southland's Brooke Colley on the 533, and the 245 there of Caitlin Cron from Dunedin as we round out race number 62, thanks to Strider Title Administration. So Manawa, are you going to be able to cope, mate? 4 rounds of racing today. It is going to be hectic.
Mate, I'm exhausted. I don't know how our riders feel.
And it's not even the end of Moto 2 yet, mate.
Yeah, you're 100% right there, Brenton. It's certainly been some fast and furious action. But I tell you what, looking at the flags blown about, looks like that northerly breeze might be starting to pick up a knot or two.
Yeah, we call it air conditioning out here in the real world, mate.
Alrighty, and they're not going to wait for us. Team is already coming down the first straight. RL8 boys, race number 63, brought to you by Cycle Express and Freddie Stanford there from North Harbour, he's on the 901, he's got the whole shot, turn and burn, he goes out of that second corner as he gets that pumping action going down that second straight, but right in behind him is the rider there from TL Mutu, that's Rosenberg on the 342, Red Kent there from North Canterbury, sitting back there in that 3 spot. And it is sitting there in the 4 spot, Quinn Ruff there from Christchurch City, but it is the rider there from North Harbour on the North Shore of Auckland. That's Mr. Stanfield. Look at him go as he makes his way down that 4 straight, and he'll cross over the finish line and take out race number 63, followed there by Rosenberg from TL Mutu and Kemp for the 3.
Radio race 64, Moto 2 for these guys is the 8 Boys Cycle Express sponsored, and it's the 120 that's going to get the whole shot into the first corner. So that's Jake Anderson from Mountain Raiders. Old Ollie D-Sitch is he's in the 2 at the moment. But I don't think that my tablet's right, because the 820 of Carson Thomas Murdoch just let the door open himself and said, get out of the way guys, I'm coming through. So Carson Thomas Murdoch from Christchurch City, just seen a beautiful bit of riding there from him, just seen the gaps open and threw his bike in and hoped for the best. So it's Carson Thomas Murdoch holding on to that front spot. Then we'll go back to Jake Anderson, and then Ollie D-Sitch will have to round out the 3.
Here we go, I tell you, it's race number 65, thanks to Cycle Express, and out there at the moment, they're chasing him down like a pack of seagulls, chasing down a hot chip, the hot chip being Haru Shimada out of his city, the lone North Islander. He just went low and took the number 1 spot. It's Reeve Steffens out of Alex there in the mix there too. Now the Mac Naylor on the 964 from Alex. It looks like Alex have made the road trip. Oliver McLeod out on the 777 plate. Arlo Wedry from Dunedin on the 666. Cooper Parks from Crush to the 128. But it looks like it's going to be a man in of his city. Haru Shimada, he's pushing hard on the 2-way. Oh no, it's not. Reeve Steffens out of Alex found a spot. This is going to be a battle to watch, I tell you. On the 455, he's going as we round out race number 65, thanks to Cycle Express. That is Moto 2, and it's our 8 boys.
Talk about changing at the Garden Brenton, that was one heck of a race. And our 8 boys, anyway, we're moving on to our 9 boys in race 66. Brought to you by North Canterbury BMX. Looks like Innswhistle there from Dunedin. He's leading the front, followed there by Money Header, I think it is, from Alexandra. Naylor from Alexandra as well, sitting there in that 3. Maloney, Norris, Healy, Tate and Richardson. Your 9 boys in race 66. But it is our rider there from Dunedin showing the rest of the pack how to do it as he turns and burns out of that second corner. Makes his way down that rhythm section, but that is the 866 showing us how it's done here. But it is Mini Header there from Alexandra on the 286, sitting there in that 2 spot. Naylor there from Alexandra as well, so it's an Alexandra 2-3 affair at the moment. And it looks like the rider there from Dunedin will cross over the finish line and take out race 66, followed there by Money Header and Naylor for the 3.
Radio race 67 coming up at you. Radio, gate goes down in race 67, sponsored by North Canterbury BMX. 9 boys, gate 2 of these guys, and they're all airborne over that first jump, but now they're starting to fan out. I see the NZ5 trying to take that line. Wee bit of a ride on that white line from the Cromwell rider there of Cooper Rushbrook. I think it's both the Cromwell riders having a battle between themselves. So let's see what they do this time. We've got one with a Cromwell shirt, one with a 98 coaching shirt on. So it's easy to pick the 2 of them. So it's going to be the non-NZ plater at the moment. Cooper Rushbrook holding on to this one. But here comes the New Zealand plater trying to do it around the outside. Didn't manage to work for him. So he's going to have to do it power-wise down the last straight. Then we go back to Mika Mulligan and Finn Hudson having a battle with himself. We've got Archer Grayson and Quinn in that one too.
Well, I tell you what, North Canterbury BMX sponsoring this 9 boys is definitely getting the airtime. I tell you, race number 68, Soda Shimada out of his city. He's looking for the whole shot. He's on the SI5 and he's pushing hard. It's the 421 though in behind him. SC City's Max Miles. George Byrne out of the Hawke's Bay on the 878. Liam Boone from Christchurch on the 212. Liam James on the 628 out of New Plymouth. James Bell from Christchurch on the 218 and the 805 of Theo Clark from North Canterbury, but it's going to be Soda Shimada, the SI5, out of his city into the last corner first with his mate Max Miles on the 421. In behind him there as we look for George Byrne out of the Hawke's Bay. He's going to take the 3. It looks like they're pretty civilised coming down that last straight as they cross the line there for race number 68, thanks to North Canterbury BMX.
Rightio, looks like our riders have gone up another gear or two. They've got the first race out of their way as they get into the groove now. This ride was brought to you by our Strata Title Administration. Race 69, these are your 9 girls, ladies and gentlemen. But it looks like the rider from Hamilton, Baba Walker, she's on the charge at the moment. She's on the 880 plate, followed there by Woody Murphy in that 2 spot. And we got the rider there from TL Muru on the 356 sitting back there in that 3 at the moment. But it is Pippa Walker who's made the trip down from Hamilton. She's on the 880. She pumps her way down that rhythm section. Turn and burn out of that 3rd corner she goes. As she makes her way down that finish line, it looks like all these riders are certainly getting into the group now. They're hitting their marks as they make their way around this track for the 2nd time today. Walker will take out the 2 spot, followed there by Murphy and Leno Len from TL Murphy for the 3.
Rightio, start of race 70, the 10 boys, Christchurch City Council spots, and we've lost 2 down. So it's going to be the 351 rolling in there, Thorpiso. So he's got his hammer out, saying, stay away, you're not coming near me. But it was 3 that we lost down of that first straight, so that's half the field, but I'll catch the rest of them. They'll be loving it, loving up the front spots. So it's Thorpiso, he's holding on. We go back to Archie West, William Lyons, and Cooper Lawrence for the 4 lucky ones that managed to stay on the bikes. I'll catch the unlucky ones as they come back towards me, but at least they're back up on their bikes. So back to the front there, Thorpiso, bit of a gap over this one. Then we go back to Archie West, William Lyons, Cooper Lawrence. Then we go back to the 3 unlucky ones, Ben Hendricks, Hunter Robinson and Fletcher Anderson. Good to see them back on their bike and making their way around to the line though. Some hard falls going on in there, eh, Manawat?
Yeah, you don't like eating the dirt, do you, Jaden? That's not what you're meant to do.
No, unfortunately, we've all had our share of that, though.
Jacob Crawford, shout out from your nana and granddad tuning in, saying ride fast but ride safe as we start for race number 71 here. It's our 10 boys, thanks to Christchurch City Council, black tie of the 720. No, that's Logan Healy out of Te Awamutu. He got the whole shot. Black tie out of Tauranga on the 500 plate. He's in the mix there too, though. The number 2 spot currently, Frank Waters from Cromwell. He's on the 253. You can see him in his blue and red as they come back down towards us now into the rhythm straight. We're looking for Nico Rosenberg out of Te Awamutu. Bo Goff out of Dunedin, Rex Olsen from Rotorua, Nate Blair from Southland on the 530 plate, but as they come back round, looks like it's going to be Logan Healy on the 728 out of Te Awamutu. He wants a piece of the pie as he gets himself ready for the Nationals, 2026 BMX New Zealand Nationals in Te Awamutu later this year.
Righty, another group brought to you by Christchurch City Council. This is race 72, 10 boys, and Morris got the best of the hill starts, followed there by Lindsay and Walk there from Christchurch City, but it looks like Cameron Danson's got the whole shot, and he's leading the pack over Charlton, who's in the 2 spot at the moment for New Plymouth. Lindsay from Cromwell City back there in that 3. He's on the 577. Bounty Morris, Hong and Wilk is back there in that 7 spot at the moment, but it is the SI2 Denson. He's here to hopefully try and improve upon his ranking. Let's see if he can do it. Charlton there from New Plymouth is still sitting in that 2. The rider there from Cromwell, Lindsay, sitting back there in that 3 spot at the moment, but it looks like the rider there from Christchurch City on the SI2, Cameron Denson, he'll take out the 2 spot. Charlton will settle for the 2, and Lindsay from Cromwell for the 3.
Radio race 73, 10 girls, sponsored by NZCT. So it's the NZ1 plater coming straight out to the front. Isla Reid knows her way around the track, knows her way at the front, obviously holding the NZ1 plate. So there's nothing new to her being out the front. We go back to Stella Torrens, Elena White, and Sarah Percy in this one as well. But they're just not strong enough to catch the NZ1 at this stage, so they'll have a bit of a battle themselves in the 2, 3, and 4. So Isla Reid around this last corner, she's going to be taking this one home. Then we go back to Stella Torrens, who's had a bit of a gap over the gaggle of the other 2 girls that are at the back there of Elena White and Sarah Percy, and that's going to round out the top 4.
Here we go, we're into it thanks to NZCT. It's race number 74, we're in Moto 2. This is our 10 girls. Bobby Stevens out of Cromwell making a move early, but it looks like it's got our 2 Southland riders going for the whole shot. It's the 2 Southland riders challenging off the 2 Cromwell riders. So that's Elias Jeffcoat from Southland and Dita Hahura out of Southland. They're in the 1 and 2. Can our Cromwell riders of Addison Stevens and Bobby Stevens, can they make a move? That's your NZ4 and NZ6 with Violet Job out of Alex on the 912. This is an all South Island affair, I tell you. But it's not the mainland north, it's the mainland south riders out the front at the moment and in the middle of the pack and at the back of the pack. They're all from the mainland south. as we round that corner down the final straight. It's going to be our Southland riders 1 and 2 with Cromwell 3 and 4 and Alex in the 5. Okay,
Already coming up to race number 75, I think it is. Yes, it is. This is your 11 boys, brought to you by Action Powder Coating. Jacob Crawford is sitting in that 2 spot at the moment. Braxton from Harwood he's leading the pack over Nathan Cook, Charlie Mitchell, Jackson Hegan, and Nathal Clifford. But it is Braxton from Harwood. He's got the old shot. He's got the second corner as well. But Crawford from Tolan is hot on his heels. He's on the 131 plate. Let's see what Crawford can do. Nathan Cook from North Canterbury sitting back there in that 3 spot at the moment. But it is a rider there from Harwood as he makes his way down the finish line. Crawford's closing the gap, but I don't think he'll quite have enough juice in the tank. They'll have to settle for the 2. And Nathan Cook there from North Canterbury for the 3.
Rightio, race 76, 11 boys, Action Powder Coating sponsored, and they're moving like a pack of seagulls looking for a chip in the first quarter, but it's going to be the 946 of Cater McDonald that grabs that chip before anyone else. So it's Cater McDonald down into the second corner, bit of a gap from the rest of them. Oliver Leithard and Hugo Kay just holding that second and third spot. We go back to Todd Sanders, Olo and Arlo as well that are in this one, but it's Cater McDonald got the golden chip in the first quarter, and that's the way he's going to stay. So Cater McDonald, he's going to take this one out. Then we go back to Oliver Leithard. We've got Hugo Kay, we've got Todd Sanders, Olo and Arlo.
Here we go, race number 77, thanks to Action Powder Coating, and out the gate, faster than a fast thing, it's your world number 2, it's Jackson Rowe Party out of East City. He's going to take the whole shot. Look at those skills as he goes into it, but he's got company. That's the 836, that's Flynn Sutherland out of Alex. Taylor Cron there from Dunedin on the 430 in the mix with 654. Ryan Van Zulen out of the Southland. Samuel Arnold out of Christchurch on the 146 and the 143 of Blake Jenkins out of Christchurch. But this is the Jackson Rowe Party show. Down the rhythm straight into the last corner. He's not making the same mistake twice. If he goes, look at that, I tell you, that's why he's your world 2 out the front. As we round it out, there's going to be a battle on here though for the 2 Christchurch riders down that last straight. What can they do as they push hard? Samuel Arnold, Blake Jenkins round out race number 77 thanks to Action Powder Coating.
Tell you what, Brendan, if you blink, you snooze, because these riders are certainly putting on a great display for us here at the BMXNZ South Island titles. And it is Hattie Barrington there from Sunset Coast. He's showing the rest of the pack in this 11 girls how to do it. Ollie Shanks there from Hamilton, though she's riding behind her, so Barrington's going to have to work for it. Ellie Campbell, from Alexandra, sitting there in that 3. Beale from Dunedin, Williamson from North Canterbury, and Wolf there from Christchurch City. But it is Haddington Barrington there from Sunset Coast. She's putting on a nice smooth display there. Shanks from Hamilton's had to move back, because I tell you what, Ellie Campbell from Alexandra is trying to come up the outside. Oh, it looks like Holly Shanks may have just held onto it, and Campbell for the 3.
Radio race 79, 11 girls, Action Powder Coating sponsored, and it's the NZ1. They got the whole shot out of the gate and into the first corner, but it's the 285 there of Mila McMullen from Southland, just giving her a bit of a hurry up, say, oh, I'm right here, so any mistake you make, I'm going to capitalise on it. We've got Isabella Leach there looking to leech a position from anyone that wants to give her one. So it's the NZ1 there of Georgia Poe Edwards. Then we go back to Mila McMullen, just dropping behind her a wee bit. Old Isabella Leach just holding on there, trying to find a way up to them. So it looks like it's going to be the NZ1 down the last straight. She's going to hold on to this one. Mila McMullen's going to take the 2. Isabella Leach takes the 3. We've got Kenzie, Sienna and Libby in that one too.
Here we go, thanks to Mile & Co. It's gate number 80, race number 80 as well, I guess, Moto 2, 12 boys. And it's going to be the man out the wall there. It's the 670 plate of Dylan Johns as he comes flying along, pushing hard, just getting some goodness me treats there from Lance Joyce. Thanks very much, mate, but it's going to be Dylan Johns out the front, but he's being hunted down, the only North Islander. Caden McKenzie out of Christchurch, he wants a pace, what can he do? Liam McDonald out of Cup of Tea, Kobe guys out of Dunedin, Cole Butler out of Christchurch, Austin Shearing out of Southland. They're all chasing down Dylan, but that looks like they might not get him, but it's not over until it's over. Caden McKenzie making a move, but the battle for 3 and 4 is all go as well as we round out race number 80.
Radio brought to you by Mile & Co. This is the second group here in our 12 boys. Race 81, Logan Lee, Boyce, Hotter and Millen. but it looks like Harley Logan there from North Harbour, he got the whole shot. He's Boyce though, he's sitting back there in that 2 spot. He's working hard to close the gap on the 1, 2, 4. But it is Lee there from Carpentry sitting in that 3 spot at the moment. But there's a good healthy battle going on between Boyce and Logan at the moment. There you 1, 2, 4 and you 1, 2, 1 as they make on the charge into that 3rd corner. They go turn and burn, making their way down this last straight towards the finish line for race 81. Brought to you by Mile and Cone. Looks like Boyce and Christchurch City will take it out. Logan from North Harbour will have to settle for the 2, and Millen from Kaitangata for the 3.
Rightio, race 82, 12 boys, last go to these by Mile and Co. Brought to you. It's going to be a single file into that first quarter. It's always what we like to see. We don't usually like to see carnage this early on. So here we go. We've got a bit of argy-bargy for places here, but it's going to be the second quarter. There was a gap left open, so it's going to be Sam Hickey, I think, who just said to Max, if you're going to leave the door open, I'm going to stack you and throw you to the top of the corner. Go have a look at the camera, matey potato. So it looks like it's going to be Sam Hickey still holding on, but here comes Max. He said, yeah, I don't want to look at the camera, I'd rather look at the position in front of you, mate. So it's going to be photo finish down the line. It's going to be Max that takes the 1 and Sam Hickey that takes 2.
I'll tell you what, they'll be watching the YouTube channel later tonight, mate. That was an epic race. Talk about epic race, thanks to Aotearoa Gaming Trust. It's race number 83. It's our 12 girls. They're into Olivia Anderson, though, making a move. She's your SI2 for a reason, but she's got the North Harbour rider. That's the 109 there. That's Mia Grant. We've got the 337, the Mountain Raider. That's Olivia Foss in the mix. Matilda Norris out of North Canterbury. On your NZ5, we've got Kate Entwisel out of Dunedin on the 808. Carlia Crocker from Taupo on the 898. And the 115 of Evie Duckett out of Rotorua. But it's going to be Olivia Anderson into the work early. Mia Grant hanging on to the 2. Olivia Foss hanging on. No. What's going on? Olivia Foss, Matilda Norris. It's a battle to the end. Matilda Norris is making her move. Again, you're going to go and watch that one again tonight for sure.
And the race doesn't finish to the finish line, as we always say, Brenton, and that race certainly proved its worth. Anyway, moving on to our 13 boys, brought to you by 98 Coaching. I tell you what, good first corner. I tell you what, she was tight, but it was Jackson Carroll there from his city, got the whole shot. Jones and Wellington Shanks are your 2, 3, 4 at the moment, but look at the 247 go. That's your East City rider. He's on the charge, going down this rhythm section. Jones and Shanks and Wellington, Glover, Bird, Shaw and Swan. They're your 8 riders here in this 13 boys. But Jackson Carroll, he's got the afterburners out. He's got the clean fresh air as he makes his way down the finish line. The 247, too good, too strong. He'll take out race 84, followed by Jones and a good third straight there by Shanks as well from Hamilton.
Rightio, race 85, sponsored by 98 Coach. It's another go to the 13 boys, and it's the NZ1 going straight to the front. But who's rocking with him? It's the 112 of Kane Okoff. He's sitting in the 2 spot. The 3 is going to have to be Monty Gardner, I think, according to the last transponder loop. So back to the front, the NZ1's just said, come on guys, get firewise and come catch me, because he's on fire. So it looks like the NZ1's going to run away with this one, so we go back to the 112 and see what he can do. So it's Kane Okoff holding on to the 2, bit of a gap from Monty Gardner at the moment, so that's going to be a pretty fanned out race fears. The NZ1 taking that one out, Kane Okoff 2, Monty Gardner 3.
Snap, crackle, pop, there they go. Race number 86, thanks to 98 Coaching. Another go to 13 boys. They're coming at us thick and fast. Here we go. Faster than Tony Nelson's making his way to tell me off for something. It's the SI1 though, going into the whole shot, but can he hang on? That's Brock O'Neill and from Terramuru, Jesse Surgeoner out of North Haven, Christchurch. He wants a pace. He knows this track like the back of his hand. As we've got Blake Norris in there too, the Mountain Raider, Maxwell Morris from Cromwell, White Papa Rogers out of Nelson, Nixon Warren from Christchurch, and Ollie Beale from Dunedin. But it looks like it's going to be Brock O'Neill out of Terramuru on the SO1. He's going to hang on. The battle there, though, for the number 2 spot. Blake Norris, Jesse Surgeoner. What's going to happen as they cross the line there? Only time and scores will tell. Make sure you get on the scores to check out those results.
Alrighty, moving on to our moto number 2, race 87. These are 13 boys: Simmons, Smith, Barrington, Murphy, Brand, Burt, and Vandenberg. But it's a rider there from Cromwell. He's on the 931 as he makes his way down the second straight. Nice manual's been put on display there by Carter. But Dylan Smith from Harwater, he's taken a nice low line. Couldn't quite find the gap. And Simmons managed to pull away from Smith. Brand from Southland sitting back there in that 3 spot. Simmons is going to have to work hard a bit because I'm sure Smith is going to try and work his way up. But it is Brandon sitting in that 3 stall. Barrington is sitting back there in that 4 slot. Good riding here from our 13 boys. Simmons will take out race 87, followed by Dylan Smith and Sam Brand from Southland for the 3.
Rightio, race 88, first gate of the 14 boys, and we can throw a blanket over them, but who's going to be the seagull that gets the chip in the first corner? It's going to be Jono Hansen, so he's back up and kicking this time, and running out the front, so Jono Hansen followed by Reef Hendricks, Austin Stronach's in there as well, so he's managed to keep his bike upright. Can't say the same for his sister yesterday, a couple of days ago, but it looks like it's going to be Jono Hansen followed by Reef Hendricks, Austin Stronach holding on to the 3 from Brooklyn Hansen. Then we go back to Angus Morgan, Rocky Brax, Ollie Norris and Rory Arnold rounding out that quick race. Quick time.
Mate, you got to talk fast.
Yeah, I know. Running out of puff.
Here we go, track starts bringing us race number 89 into it again, another gate of 14 boys, and look at them, they're coming, they're thick in the furious. This is what that movie, Fast and the Furious, is all about. It's the 1-3-4 into the whole shot, no, that's Christchurch's Cooper Murphy. As they're coming back down, he's being chased by Brian Dillon and Twistle, Everett Dunedin, Coulter Joyce, Dylan Sazi, Charlie Burke, Quinn Parker, Ryan Marshall, Jack Duckett. I heard it in the background, hopefully they're okay, but as they come back down towards us now, Cooper Murphy, he's out with the clean air, but it's the 1-3-7, and it's Dylan Entwistle out of Dunedin behind him, but he's got company up his right side. Coulter Joyce, the Mountain Raider, he's making a move. Has he got enough in him? I don't know, it looks like he's going to try and get himself across the line as we make our way back, but great to see one of our riders back up as they make their way towards us. Never great to see. Now, Manawa, I know we haven't quite finished the South Island titles yet, and it's exceptional racing down here already, but I tell you what, looking forward to Te Awamutu coming up shortly.
Yeah, and that's going to be here before we know it, Brenton, isn't it? We're only talking a matter of 8 weeks away, and we are heading to Te Awamutu, as you say, for the BMX New Zealand Nationals. What a cracker of an event that's going to be.
Yeah, mate, it is, and hopefully we get to see you live and in person. Would be fantastic.
But we've got plenty of action before that, Brenton. Of course, we've got the Oceania Champs coming up, which is another big event.
Yeah, mate, I've heard there's a massive New Zealand contingent heading over to Oshie's, including, I think, we're going to be officiating over there. They haven't called us up for commentary yet, so I don't quite know what's going on, but we haven't quite made the cut.
What are you doing, mate? Come on.
I don't know. But obviously, Tony Nelson, our National Officiating Director, he's up there with the best of them. He's been dragged over there to show them how to run a race, apparently.
Obviously, they don't need commentators to show them how to
commentate.
Anyway, they're not going to listen to us commentators, these racers, these riders, because Track Stars are bringing to us our 15 boys here in race 90, and it is Glover there. He's on the NZ4 from Kaitangata. He's out in front, he's leading from the front, but on the charge riding behind him is the 449 of Liam Steadman from Christchurch City. We've got the 821 of Fergus Gardner. He's moved up into that 2 spot, so good battle going between 2 and 3, between Gardner and Steadman. Lang Weston, of course, Warren are in amongst the mix as well. This is an action-packed group of 15 boys, but it looks like our NZ4, Blake Glover from Kaitangata, he's going to cross over to the finish line and take out race number 19, followed then by Steadman, who just sneaked in over Gardner for the 3.
Rightio, race 91, 15 boys, Track Stars sponsored, and this is gate 2 of them. So it's the 131 and the 489 that go diving into that corner. So Liam Clifford and Joshua Ford, they were the best of the rest out of that one. So back down to the front runner, Liam Clifford still holding on from the rest of them. Got a big gap pulled out from the 3rd straight here, so let's see if he can hold it, or is someone going to come spoil his party? The 800 there of Kieran just getting a bit loose, but manages to pull it back straight. So back to the front, Liam Clifford's going to run away with this one. His transponder's going to go over that loop first. Then we go back to Joshua Ford, Kieran Higgin, Reid, Liam and Jacob in that one.
Here we go. That's another gate. That's 3 gates thanks to Track Stars of 15 boys. Race number 92. And here they come. That's going to be the man out of Harwera. They're going for the whole shot. And it sure is. It's the 550 plate. That's Fletcher Lawrence. He hung on for dear life, hanging around. Zed Colley, they're out of Southland. He's on the 589. He's looking for a piece of the action alongside the 704 of Travis Marshall, Tyler Grant, Caleb Smith, Oliver Donaldson. But coming back down towards us now. Look at this. It's a battle line down that straight. It's the Harwera rider, but then it's got the 589. That's Zed Colley. He's having a crack. Look, Zed's going for it. Can he get his heel in front? I don't know. It's going to come down to the rhythms, but it's going to be maybe? Fletcher Lawrence might have hung on. I don't know. That was too close to call. We're going to need to go check out scores, mate. By the way, I might need to sit down, mate. I might need to sit down.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm starting to run out of breath as well. What some furious racing was seen here at the South Island Oval. And I tell you what, this race is no different. This is your 17 to 34 male 20-inch, but it is Cameron Lang there from Gunners. He decided to push his way through and take the whole shot. James from Cromwell's had to slide in for that 2, followed by McCrombie from Dunedin for that 3 spot. And it is Cameron Lang there on the 82s. He pushes his way, turn and burn. He goes out of that third corner as he makes his way towards the finish line. But we know what Ben James from Cromwell can do. He's got the skills to pay the bills as well, but he's going to turn for the 2, followed by Dan from Dunedin for the 3.
Radio race 94, Moto 2 for the 17 to 34 male 20-inch. And here we go, we got fast runners in the front. So who's the seagull that's getting the chip this time? It's gonna be Jack Gibby that takes this one over Fred Cooper. So Jack and Fred will be having a bit of a battle themselves. I think they train together, these two. They definitely ride together, but it's going to be knowing each other's styles. So it's still Jack Gibby from Fred Cooper. Then we go back to Keenan Brown, just coming under a bit of pressure from Zeb Pickford. Then we go back to Liam Parks and Thomas Broxop. But nothing better than Jack Gibby for that one. Fast race time.
Here we go, thanks to NZCT. They're coming back at us. It's our third go to 17 to 34 mile, and into the work they go. Into SCC, it's the whole shot. It's the 275 plate. That's Deacon McCormick and Dunedin. He managed to get his nose out front. Liam Goodwin's in there too. He knows a piece of this. He's from North Canterbury. Owen Brown out of Christchurch, North Haven, Canterbury's local lad, Ryan. Early in there too, we've got Hunter Sterling, Lindsay out of Alex and Thomas Houghton. Coming back down towards us now though, it looks like it's going to be the 275. Deacon McCormick scotting his way as they come back now down the rhythm straight. We're looking for Owen Brown, Liam Goodwin, Hunter Sterling, Lindsay, Ryan Hurley, Thomas Houghton. I tell you what, talk about a stacked moto there for race number 95, thanks to NZCT.
Alrighty, bringing to you our 16 boys track stars, race number 96. We've got Shaw, White, Polden, Jurgismar, Stedman and McElhinney. I tell you what, I think some of these riders have had plenty of wet bits this morning, because I certainly put an action-packed display out there, and there's none other than our rider there from Harwater. That's the 822, Caleb White. He's leading from the front, he's on the charge. He's showing us how it's done, and riding behind him to 196, Ben Shaw. 647 of Ben Bolden there from North Canterbury, sitting there in that 3 spot. But it is the rider there from Harwater, made his way down from Taranaki region. He'll cross over the finish line, take out race number 96, followed by Shaw, and then Jurgismar for the 3.
Radio, race 97, Moto 2 for these guys, women juniors, BMX New Zealand, brought to you by Size the NZ1, holding on there. Oh, we've got a bit of a tight gaggle going into that first corner. At least all the girls managed to stay upright, but it's nothing better than the NZ1 of Selena Vista. She's out in the front at the moment. Holly Oldham will be wanting to steal her place off her, so let's see what they can do down the rhythm straight. So it's still the NZ1 holding on to the 1 spot. Holly Oldham coming under a bit of pressure from Cassin Lewis now. Then we go back to Azaria Thornley. She's going to round out your top 4, but nothing better than the NZ Plater. She's going to take that one home.
Up on the gate, 40 to 44 male, thanks to Christchurch City Council, that is, Christchurch City Council.
Can't get that wrong.
Here we go, the gate is dropped. It's race number 98, it's Moto 2 again, thanks to Christchurch City Council. These guys are throwing it down. Here we go, they're pedaling so fast, it looks like their bike's on fire, but it's the 135, Scott Murphy out of Christchurch. He got his nose out front. He's in there though, he's got a company though, the 103 of Jamie Nelson out of Christchurch. He's currently in 3rd, he's looking for a gap. Sitting in the number 2 spot though, Cameron Kay out of North Canterbury, Corey Green out of Nelson alongside Ruben Stouffer out of Nelson in the mix too, but coming back round it's the 135 of Scott Murphy. Can he hang on? I don't know. Cameron Kay's giving him a run for his money. Here we go, it's pushing it hard. It's all go across that line as we round out race number 98 here, thanks to Christchurch City Council, still in Moto 2.
Rightio, thank you to Cycle Express. So this is your race 99, ladies and gentlemen. 45 to 49 male 20-inch. Looks like Nathan Cornelius. He got the whole shot, but I tell you what, he's in to settle for the 2 because Glenn Richardson from Hutt Valley Thunderbolt is pushed on through. He's on the 1, 2, 3. Glenn Augie there from Christchurch City. He's on the 747 Waikato plate. He's sitting back there in that 3 spot. Hunter Burt from Dunedin, Daniel McElhenney, James Grubb. Not sure what's happened to Mr. D because he did not start in this race. But it looks like Richardson from Hutt Valley Thunderfolds. Good battle between Cornelius as they make their way towards the finish line. Oh, I'll tell you what, transponders are going to tell us who's decided that race. Looks like Cornelius is pushed on through, Richardson for the 3 and Glenn for the 3.
Rightio, race 100 is the 50 plus male 20 in, so it's old buggers on small wheels, so it's Mohi straight to the front, and where's the rest home escapee that's changed his shirt again for me. Old Warren Boggess is making his life, my life hell this week. Specifically, he's brought down a bag of shirts, so I'm going to tell him he's got to go back to his rest home. But back to the front of the field, it's Dave Mohi, bit of a gap. Then we go back to old retro wheels, Tony Thornley, got the old throwback of the wheels on there. Then we go back to Brett McCursey and Shane Parker. We've got Les Campbell in this one, old rest home escapee Warren Boggess, and Darren Bone rounding out the rear.
Fantastic as we lock and load. Race number 101 up on the gate at the moment. Thanks to BMX New Zealand, this is our men elite.
Some great replays being broadcasted across the Moto here.
Into it, the gate has dropped, and it's fast and it's furious as we've got Nick Cowie with the fastest skate, Jesse Green, Bryson Joyce, Jack Stanley, Michael Bias in there too. As they jump into the corner, it's the 801 plate, that's Jesse Green out of Christchurch. As they hit the pro straight, here we go, they're jumping. It's like they were born with springs in their legs, these boys, into the last. Oh my giddy yard! It got thick, it got furious as they bounced around. This is it, this I tell you. They're throwing it down everywhere, but it's now the 720 plate. That's Nick Cowie. He managed to get his nose out in front as they bounced along there down the final straight. It's all go, action aplenty as we round out our riders. Nick Cowie, Bryson Joyce, Jack Stanley, Jesse Green, and it looks like it might have been Michael Bias went down on that second corner, I should say.
He definitely saw what he was up to. He seen the gap and took it, eh? That was wicked riding, though.
Oh, it's all about the chances, right? You don't take them, you don't make them, right?
Exactly. You don't take them, you won't know.
Wow, that must be a nice low corner taken there by Cowie. Look at this as he's gone from 3 up into 1, pushed the rest of the pack over the corner, and he moved into that one spot. Alrighty, moving on to our 13 to 14 girls, brought to you by the Hand Therapists. And it looks like a rider there from Southland got the best of the whole start. That's the NZ2 of Indy McMillan. She's leading from the front. Kernenberg, she goes out of that first corner. We've got Lindsay from Cromwell sitting back there in that 2 spot. Skelton from Mountain Raiders is in the 3 at the moment, but it is a rider there from Southland. She's on the NZ2. She's led from the front all the way. She makes her way down this rhythm section. Nice skills being put on there by Indy as she makes her way in and out of that 3rd corner. Back down towards the finish line. It looks like she's got a nice comfortable lead, and she'll cross over the finish line and take out race number 102, followed there from Lindsay from Cromwell for the 2 and Skelton from Mountain Raiders for the 3.
Rightio, race 103, 15 to 16 girls, and it's going to be the 320 there of Kat Morris that is the first one into this corner. So Kat Morris leading the way through the rest of them. Elsa Bird is holding on to the 2. Ada Begg is also in there. But it looks like we've got a DNS who had a bit of a scratching on the Christchurch City Mainland North champs in Blue and Nita Smithereens. So she's not going to be here. That's Michaela Stronach. But back to the front, Kat Morris. Bit of a gap on the rest of them. Bit of a battle here. And we've got a loose rider. I think that was Ada Begg that just got a bit looser. It might have been Elsa Bird.
Loose as a goose, but here we go. It's race number 104, thanks to Graham Gold Consulting. Amy Duckett from Rotorua into the work early as she comes into the corner there. She's your NZ4, Nikki Bonzel out of North Harbour on the NZ5, and behind her, we got Nikki Mulligan out of Harwera there on the 511. Rachel Rogers from Nelson on the 735. Sonia Smith in the 248 from Harwetter and Southland. Selena Ken out of the 414. Coming back down towards me now, down the rhythm straight though. It's none other than Rotorua is Amy Duckett. As she pushes hard into that last quarter of the battles in the middle of the pack though. Here we go. The NZ5, Nikki Bonza from North Harbour. Can she hang on? She's got Nikki Mulligan having a crack up the inside. Here we go. It looks like Nikki might get a nose out front, but I can't tell from this angle. It's too quick, too much as they cross the line for race 104. Thanks to Graham Gold Consulting.
Riders to staging, guys, please, quickly. Riders to staging, you should be up to scratch with that by now.
Alrighty, we're moving on to our race 105. These are your 8 to 10 Cruiser Bruiser males, Olsen, Waters, Rosenberg, Bell and Ralph. I tell you what, Brenton, I thought you were going to lose your breath in that last race because these riders are certainly putting the pedal to the metal, as we call it, as they get the afterburners out and are going strong. Remember, of course, they've 4 races today and potentially 4 tomorrow as well, but it looks like a rider from Cromwell, Frank Waters, he's on the charge. He's showing no mercy as he puts his pedal down and pushes his way down this last straight towards the finish line. 8 to 10 Cruiser Male, he'll take out race number 105, followed by Olsen, I think it is. No, Rosenberg from Te Aomori for the 2, and Olsen's had to settle for the 3.
Radio race 106, 8 to 12 Cruiser female, and good to see the girls on the big wheels. So it's going to be the 337 there of Olivia Foss that's holding on to the front at the moment. The other 3 are going to have a battle between them. I see another Murphy in here, and I think all the Murphys are running the exact same tops, which it's very easy to differentiate between them all. But it looks like it's still going to be Olivia Foss just saying, come on guys, there's no fun. I want to have some sort of challenge up the front. So Olivia Foss, she's going to be running around the front on this one. Then we go back to Hattie Berrington, who's the NZ3 holder, just managing to hold on to that 2 spot. We go back to Stella Torrance and then Winnie Murphy rounding out the pair of that one.
Here we go, thanks to X-Zone Muscle Rub. It's our 11 to 12 Cruiser Male, race number 107 out the front though, like a fast thing. It's the Mountain Raider, it's a 670 plate of Dylan Johns, but he's got the 701 of Baden Prescott in behind him. Max Olsen out, Rotorua is trying to find a piece of the pie. Hayden McKenzie, an ambassador for X-Zone Muscle Rub, actually. Get on their website, use Caden BMX, I believe, and you might get a discount. As they come back down towards Enzo Torrenzo, Tiaraha, Jacob Crawford, Nathaniel Clifford at a Tauranga as they push us hard, but it's going to be Dylan Johns. It looks like they're all quite civil here, single file, making their way down towards the Mr. Whoopi truck. Head on over there and grab yourself a Whoopi or a coffee from the coffee cart, because that was sure fine and dandy this morning.
Alrighty, race number 108 brought to you by Connectix. These are your 13 to 14 Cruiser Male. And it looks like it's the none other than Cooper Murphy, Reef Hendricks. Once again, going bar to bar. We like this sort of action. But keep rubber side down, boys. It is the 134 Murphy from Christchurch City. 690 from Hendricks as well. Dylan Smith, Morris and Barrington there from Sunset Coast. But look at Hendricks go. He's your Mountain Raider. But breathing down his neck is Murphy from Christchurch City. He wants a piece of the action. He wants to close the gap. But it looks like Reef Hendricks and Mountain Raiders. He'll take out race number 108. Murphy's got from Christchurch City to Smith and Harwater for the 3.
Radio race 109 is the 13 to 14 Cruiser Male, sponsored by Kinetics. And who's rocking out the front at the moment? The 321 there of Angus Morgan. We've got Carter Simmons in here. We've got Quinn Parker. We've also got part-time commentator old Nixon Murphy. When he's not on the bike, he will happily come and share a mic with us. So back to the front, it's old Angus Morgan leading us around at the moment. We've got the Cromwell rider there of Carter Simmons, just a bit of an overjump there, so a bit of a mistake, allowing Quinn Parker just to get up next to him. So the Cromwell rider just going to have a bit of work to do down that rhythm straight if he wants to hold on to that second spot. And I don't know if he's going to do it, but that's why they have transponders attached.
Here we go, thanks to Stratco. It's race number 110 as we come to an end here on Moto 2. It's the 15 to 39 Cruiser Male. Into the work early though, look at them though, it's a 646. I tell you what, he's weaving his way through the pack like a cat chasing a laser pointer. Can he hang on though? He's out of Cromwell. It's we're looking for our riders as they come back. We've got Hunter here in the mix there too somewhere. Coming back down, in fact, it's Hunter out the front on the 707. We've got Deacon McCormick on the 275 out the knees, and the Cromwell rider, that's Braden King. He's chasing it around. Liam Clifford at a Tauranga. Liam King from Cromwell. James Mellor, the Flying Pigs, I believe, as it comes flying down that finish straight. I'd say, can he hang on? It's Braden Burney having a crack too from the Hawke's Bay as we round out race number 110.
Alrighty, this is our second group of 15 to 39 Cruiser Mail, brought to you by Stracco. And on the charge there, looks like Mr. Gebby from NAC. There's nothing this boy probably doesn't know about BMX racing. He's on your 464s. He makes his way towards the second corner. Adam Lawrence, he's going hunting and searching. He's trying to close the gap. He's going shopping to see if he can close the gap on Gebby. Let's see if he can do it, because right behind him is Hamish Hill, Liam Parks, Hunter Sterling, Lindsay, Ben Poland, Travis Marshall, Sam Torrance. But it looks like Mr. Gebby from NAC, too good, too strong, but a battle on for 2, 3, 4, woo! Looks like Liam Parks is taking the 2, Hamish Hill for the 3, Gebby's had to go for the 4.
Rightio, race 112, sponsored by Track Stars. And I see an NZ plater in here, so I'm looking at her to go straight out to the front. That's exactly what she does. So it's Selena Pfister holding on from Holly Oldham, but Holly's right on her tail this time, so Selena's got a bit of work cut out for her. So we go back to the front 3, and they're all pretty close. There's still single file, so let's see what happens in this last quarter. Very tight last quarter, so usually you go low and it'll bite you in the bum. But it looks like it's going to be Selena Pfister holding on to this one. Then you go back to Holly Oldham. You've got Taylor Arnold rounding out that 3 spot. You've got Jessie and Destiny in that one as well.
Here we go, thanks to Inco. It's race number 113, 40 to 49 Cruiser Mail. Into the work they go, look at them fly. It's into it, it's going to be the 130 plate though, going for the whole shot. That's Cameron Kay of North Canterbury. Oh, they're getting action aplenty here. I tell you what, this race is already spiциer than a jalapeno infused taco. As they head to the second corner, it's Cameron Kay, Scott Murphy, Jamie Nelson, Rangi Rogers, Nitro, Jeremy Hudson, Sean Kingston coming back towards us though. It's the 130 plate, he's out the front. That's Cameron Kay, he's not going to give it up. He wants a piece of the pie as he takes it home. Down the finish line, into across the straight, towards the finish line as they cross the line there for race number 113, thanks to Inco.
Rightio, the gate slaps down here in our race 114, thanks to Inco once again. Our 40 to 49 Cruiser Mail, and it looks like Rosenberg, Green and Cornelius, they're your 1, 2, 3s, but Cornelius has got the whole shot. Green's had to settle for the 2, Rosenberg for the 3. Payne, and then Payne sitting back there in the 4. We got Badman and Collie as well. Jurgemeister, hopefully he's not too bad and he'll be back shortly. But it is Cornelius leading from the front. He's on your 144. He's 715 with Corey Green there from Nelson. He's sitting there in that 2 spot at the moment. But it looks like the local lad from up the road, Nathan Cornelius, he'll take the 1, but only just because Rosenberg from Te Awamutu come flying up the outside, and Payne for the 3.
Rightio, gate down 115. The old boys on big wheels, sponsored by the hand therapist, which some of them might need after a weekend of racing. So it's the 05 Wayne Shanks rocking out the front. Old Boggis hasn't changed his shirt, so he's not living up to that thing yet. So it's still Wayne Shanks, followed by Mark Lewis as well. He's sitting in the 2, so he'll be stoked having a 2, but he'll be better if he could get it to the 1. So then we go back to Craig Barrington, old Bossman. Old Bossman Boggis was sitting in behind him, and then we go back to Roy leading, but down to the front, Wayne Shanks, the 05, going to take this one out from Mark Lewis, Craig Barrington, Mr. Boggis himself, and Roy leading.
And they're off. Looks like those bikes are fueled by a double shot espresso thanks to the hand therapist. It's race number 116. Throwing that bike around into the whole shot he goes. It is the 837. That's Matthew Phillips out of Christchurch, but he's got company. That's North Haven Christchurch's Rick Houghton on the 493. Shane Parker out of Dunedin on the SI3. Adam Cook from North Canterbury on the 171. And Les Gamble on the North Haven Christchurch on the 492. Look at them come down, but here we go. The battle's on. What can they do? Can Rick Houghton, can he make a move? This is his home track. He will know it. It looks like he is. He's having a crack, I tell you. Across that line, we're going to need to go upstairs. That was too close for me to call. He might have got it, but we want to check scores to confirm.
Finals time here, guys, and you're giving us a run to the finish line.
There we go, mate. That's the end of Moto 2.
Making our job hard, eh, Manoa?
Oh, they are. Tell you what, mate, they're certainly making the hard pressure rise, aren't they? Boy, there's been some close action racing.
That there has been, man. That there has been.
And there we go.
It's been right.
Moto 2 rounded out. You're leading us into Moto number 3, Manawa.
Yeah, we have Moto number 3 already, and I'll tell you what, the pace is certainly hotting up, isn't it? And the gate slaps down. They're not going to wait for me, Brenton. Brought to you by BMX New Zealand. This is race number 117. Your Sprockets 5 and under as they make their way down this first straight for the third time today. Of course, one more race to round out today still to come. But it looks like that's our 827, sorry. That's Ralph there from Christchurch City leading the way. The 388 of Watson there from Hamilton sitting in that 2 spot at the moment. But it is the 827 Cotton Ralph from Christchurch City making their way down this rhythm section. Tell you what, hopefully Mum and Dad are feeding you lots of sugar, lots of Mr. Whippy ice creams, because you're certainly going to need to be well hydrated, need all the sugar to keep you going in this balmy Christchurch weather today. But it looks like the 827 of Cotton Ralph from Christchurch City will cross the finish line, followed there by the 388 of Charlie Watson for the 2.
Rightio, race 118, and it's the 6 mixed sprockets, and we're looking at who's had the most sugar in the intermission between the 2 races. And I think that's going to be the 454 of Evie Campbell that's just sitting in the 2 there. I missed the one that came up in front. It could be a Reed Jolly as well, but no, that's 941 I think is Reed, but we'll catch them as they come back towards me. I do know that's an Evie Campbell that's sitting in a 2, but she's just putting a bit of pressure on the 808 there, or 809 of Arlo Hudson. So it's going to be Arlo holding off the 454 of Evie Campbell, but these two are just running away. We've got Franklin in this one, we've got Evie, we've got Reed, we've got Elise, and we've got Soul on that one too.
There we go. Thanks to BMX New Zealand. It's race number 119. I tell you, it's coming at us thick and furious here. It is moto number 3. Emma Bell, Spencer White, Jackson McLeod, Mateo Caldwell, Carl Sazi, Riley Reed, and Bo Rushbrook. As we look down, it's going to be, it's Cromwell Rider out the front. I didn't catch which Cromwell Rider that was, but we will as they come back round towards us into the second corner. He goes up super high. He got the speed. I tell you, that would have been a mountain of that hill for him to climb. But coming back down towards me now, we look to see, we're making out the plate. It's the 2-5 something. There we go. Still can't make it out. I'm obviously getting too old for this gig. As they come back down into the finish line, Emma Bell, Spencer White, Jackson McLeod, Mateo Caldwell, Cole Sazi, Riley Reed, and Bo Rushbrook. Thanks to BMX New Zealand race 119.
Alrighty, we're moving on to race 120. These are your 8 Girls Moto number 3, brought to you by Strata Title Administration. And once again, it is the 990 plate of Sage Lawrence from Hawke's Bay. She's had a blinder. She's had the best of all the stats in today's racing thus far. But right in behind her is Lottie Kahukura there from Kaitangata, sitting back there in that 2 spot on the 757. On the 237 is Paulson there from Christchurch City. But Sage Lawrence has had the best of the hill starts. Corners 1, 2 and 3. She's putting on a blinder of a spray. Hasn't dropped a lap today. And it looks like this race is going to be no different as she makes her way into the 3rd corner for today. But Lottie Kahukura from Kaitangata, she's right in behind her, followed there by Paulson as well for the 3, and there's a bit of a battle on there for 2 and 3, but looks like Lawrence will settle for the 1, Kahukura for the 2, and Paulson for the 3.
Rightio, race 121, and it's the 8 Boys Cycle Express sponsored, bringing it to you here. So it's the 217 and the 996 there of Haru and Reed Kempton having a scrap in the first corner as well. Old Haru is not going to be happy sitting in the 2. He hasn't been the rest of the motos that I've seen him do. So here we go, gap didn't open up, so Haru just has to settle for the 2nd. Old Reed Kempton was like, nah mate, not leaving the gate open for you this time. The old 111 Finn Watson, what a number that is. Running my old race number. So it looks like it's Reed Kempton going to hold on to this one. And we've got a bit of a battle for the 3. Quentin Rafe just trying to throw his bike in every gap he can. Just 2 to 8, so he's running for a title.
Yeah, here we go. This is some of them. It's their first challenge class races, but we're into it now. It's race number 122. Thanks to Cycle Express. Another go to make boys into the work. There they go. It's the 901 of Freddie Stansfield. He's out of the North Harbour Club. He's looking hard. We've got Reeve Steffens out of Alex there on the 455. He's given him a run for his money. Carson, Thomas Murdoch out of Christchurch on the 820 wants a piece of the action too. Luda Rosenberg out of Tiamat on the 342. We're looking for the 101 of Finn Duckett out of Rotorua. The 128 of Cooper Parks out of Christchurch. But it's going to be your 901, your North Harbour rider, Freddie Stansfield. He's going to take us down that final straight across the finish line for race number 122. Thank you to Cycle Express. If you're lucky enough to be here in Christchurch, head on over and see him. Bruno's here. If you're looking for him, make sure you get on over and support all of our vendors.
Rightio, moving on to race 1, 2, 3, your third group of 8 boys, and once again, Cycle Express, very good supporters of BMX, so make sure you get over and support them, as Brendan said. But it is the Mountain Raider of Jake Anderson leading from the front. He's on the charge, but right behind him is Ollie Deutsche from Waitakere. He's on the 199. Sebastian Martin from North Canterbury. He's sitting back there in that 3 spot at the moment. Duggan McLeod and Wettere, they make up your 8 boys in this race. And it is the rider there of Anderson there from Mountain Raiders. He's shown the rest of the pack out of dirt. He's on the 120. Deutsche there from Waitakere is trying to close the gap. Let's see if this 4th straight changes anything as they mix it up, going down this last straight. Deutsch is on a bit of a charge. He makes his way towards the finish line. Has he had enough to do? Yes, he has. Well done racing from there. Ollie Deutsch, Anderson for the 2, and Martin for the 3.
Radio race 124, Moto 3 for the 9 boys, and it's the NZ5 rocking out there. Archie Walker, nice last name, dude, you share it with me. So it's Archie Walker holding on to that one from Asher Maloney. Then we go back to Liam James, and that's your top 3 at the moment, but it's, as a BMX race can happen, a lot can change. So it's still Archie Walker followed by Asher, and then Liam's still holding on to the 3 at the moment, but there's some more people coming up to have a look at Liam and say, if you don't get a move on, I'm going to take your spot off you. But in that case, Liam's just like, yeah, well, I've got other ideas of my own. I'm going to go take Asher's one instead. So here we go, over the line, Archie Walker, then followed by, I think, Liam there. I'll catch that as it comes through on the scores.
Here we go, race number 125 has started. It's North Canterbury BMX bringing you this one. Look at them going 3 wide into the first corner, but it's the 510 plate. That's Mika Mulligan out of Harwera. Managed to come out of the whole shot, but this is all going Max Miles out of East City. He's weaving and he's steaming like a knife through butter. He's trying to find a spot, but into that second corner they go. It's Mika Mulligan out of Harwera hanging on. Archer Griffin in there, the number 2 spot. We got Carwin Norris of the Mountain Raider in the mix there too. Here we go, Max Miles from East City on the 421, making his way up with the 212, Liam Moon. He's in there too, as they look for Quinn Nelson on the 990 plate, Theo Clark on the 805, and James Bell on the 218. Rounding out race number 125 for 9 boys, thanks to North Canterbury BMX.
Radio race 126 is coming at us thin fast, ladies and gentlemen. This is motor number 39 boys, and also Soda Samana, as he has done all day. He's led from the front. He's on the SI5. Finn Hudson there from New Plymouth. He's sitting back there in that 2 spot. Ryan Whistle from Dunedin on the 866, sitting there in that 3. Cooper Rushville from Cromwell on the 934. He's sitting in that 4 spot at the moment. But it's the Soda Shimana show from his city. He's out in front. He's got that clean, fresh air. But Hudson from New Plymouth, he's closing the gap. Let's see if the Shark Tank can show us what he's made of as he goes hunting and searching in and out of that 3rd corner. He goes. I tell you what, there's going to be a battle here, ladies and gentlemen, for 1, 2, 3. She's all happening aplenty in this 9 boys race, and it looks like Shimano will just hold on to it. Hudson will take out the 2 spot from New Plymouth. Rick Whistle from Dunedin for the 3.
Rightio, race 125, Moto 3 for the 9 girls. They've got one more after this one, then they can have a break for the day. But it's sponsored by Strata Tile Administration, and it looked like another Walker was heading out the front. So a good last name. I'm loving the Walker last name. Share it with myself. Makes me feel like I should get back on a bike, but then I wouldn't be able to do this. So it's Pippa Walker out the front at the moment, followed by our Winnie Murphy, one of the Murphys with the multicoloured shirts. So she's sitting in the 2. Then we drop back to our Taka Loinen. She's holding on to 3 at the moment, but the 100 there of our Luca Robinson is just trying to catch up with her. But back to the front, Pippa Walker, too big, too strong, and then we got back to Winnie Murphy, who's just coming under a bit of pressure from the rider in the 3rd spot there of Takako.
Here we go, thanks to Christchurch City Council. It's a group of 10 boys here. It's race number 128 out of motor number 3. But throwing it down fast and furious is none other than Hamilton's Thor Peso on the 351 into the whole shot he goes. but he's got company in the form of the Girls Moto 728 rider. That's Logan Healy, Angus Morris from Cromwell in the 787. Coming through there, Nico Rosenberg out of Girls Moto on the 350 plate. Fletcher Anderson out of Christchurch on the 280. We got the 301 of Lucas Wilkie out of Christchurch. Fletcher Anderson on the 280 out of Christchurch as well. But flying around there with legs going faster than a windmill in a hurricane. It's Thor Piso on the 351 as he rounds us out. Those manuals are defying gravity, I tell you, as he crosses the finish line for a look over the back. That is race number 128, thanks to Christchurch City Council.
Rightio, coming at us, ladies and gentlemen, this is race 129. This is your third group of 10 boys, and it looks like William Lyons there from Alexandra. She's going to be a nice, cosy first corner as they go in and out, but it looks like the rider from Cromwell may have pushed through. No, he didn't quite. Frank Waters has had to settle for the 2. Cameron Denson from Christchurch City sitting back there in that 3 spot. There's a real battle here for 1, 2, 3. It can be anyone's action. I'll tell you what, the Christchurch City rider went up. Oh, he's certainly pushed his way through. That's the SI2 of Cameron Denson sitting back there in the 2 spot. Frank Waters there from Cromwell. Blake Ty from Tauranga as well. He's also part of the action. But it looks like the rider there on the SI2, Cameron Denson, looks like he'll cross over the finish line and take out race number 129. Waters for the 2 and Ty from Tauranga for the 3.
Rightio, race 130, and it's going to be Moto 3 for the 10 boys. And it's the 115 that comes straight into the first corner, but I spoke too soon because he just had to go have a look at the camera at the top of it. So it's the NZ5 of Leo Charlton holding on to that one, but is the 115 of Rio going to return the favour? We'll find out over in this last corner. So the 115 is out pumping the NZ5, so is the NZ5 going to have to throw him up and have a look at the camera again? Not this time, that corner's too tight for that. So back to the front, it's Rio Boundy, he's going to hold on to it, and then we go back to Leo Charlton, Archie West, we've got Noel Lindsay, Rex, Nate and Denham.
Here we go, thanks to NZCT. The gate has just dropped in race number 131, Moto 3. This is our 10 girls. Isla Reid from Cromwell, so your NZ1 for a reason. And she's showing us as she goes into the whole shot, but she's got the 822. That's Dita Hahura from Southland in there behind her. Bobby Stevens on the NZ6 out of Cromwell in the mix 2, alongside Sarah Percy from North Canterbury on the 271. As they come back down towards us now, I tell you, they're going fast and they're going furious, and they're bounding along here into the work, making it smooth, but it's going to be your NZ1 into the last quarter first. That's Isla Reid and a Cromwell, but it looks like it's Ditta going to have a crack. She's making a move, coming up the inside. Can she get the pedal power going? I don't know, maybe a little too late. There we go, as they cross the line, but keeping Isla honest, that was for sure.
This is our race 132 brought to you by NZT. These are your 10 girls, and it looks like Jeffco from Southland. She's on the 365. She's leading us into this first corner. Stevens from Cromwell, she's on the NZ4. She's riding behind her, the Alexandra rider, racer of the job, sitting back there in that 3 spot. 93 of Torrance from Te-Aroha, she's sitting in that 4. White from Alexandra on the 81, sitting back there in that 5 spot. But look at the Southland rider and the Cromwell rider. They're going bar to bar all the way as they make their way down the third straight. Cromwell at the moment's leading over Southland. It is Stevens and Jeff Goat up. Certainly pushing it hard down this last straight towards the finish line. Looks like it's going to go right down to the wire, but looks like Southland will just hold on to it. Jeff Coat will take out race 132. Stevens will have to settle for the 2, and Joel from Alexandra for the 3.
Rightio, race 133, the 11 boys, sponsored by Action Powder Coating, and it looks like the 430 of Taylor Cron is the one that comes out of that first quarter in front, but that's not followed by Oliver Leithard as well. He's in the 2 spot, looking for any gaps that Taylor's going to open up in a mistake, and he's going to follow him around this time. So it's Taylor, Oliver, and then Charlie rounds out your 3 at the moment. We've got the other 3 in here of Samuel Arlo and Nathaniel as well. But back to the front, Taylor Cron still holding on to that gap from Oliver there. And I think that's the way they're going to stay down this last straight. Then we go back to Charlie Mitchell. He's holding on to the 3. Samuel for the 4, Arlo for the 5, and Nathaniel for the 6.
Thank you to Action Powder Coating. The gate just dropped on race number 134. This is Leagues 11. It's our 11 boys, motor number 3. It's the second gate, but the Alex Rider's looking for the whole shot. That's the 836. That is Flynn Anderson. He managed to get it and hung on to it. Coming in through there, we've got Jacob Crawford and a Tauranga there. That's where Mana is sitting at the moment. They're going to ride hard out of there. I think it's something in the water. We got Todd Sanders out of Alex. He's making a move as they come back down towards us now. Hugo K, Blake Jenkins, Jackson Hegan, but it's going to be a rider out of Alex Flynn Sunderland. He's pushing hard. Can he hang on though? Because it's going to be the Tauranga rider of Jacob Crawford making a move. Can he catch him across the finish line, or are they going to run out of runway? It looks like they might have as we round out race number 134, thanks to Action Powder Coating.
Rightio, Action Powder Coating is certainly giving us some action-packed racing here in our 11 boys. This is race 135, and it is none other than world number 2, Jackson Orparty from East City. He's on the charge as he turn and burns out of this first corner. Looking down the second straight he goes, because right behind him is Caden McDonald on the Mountain Raider on the 946. We've got the Harwood rider, North Canterbury, Southland as well. But it is the Jackson Orparty show at the moment. Nice manual's been put on here by Jackson. That's why he is world number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Look at him go. He's got the afterburners out. He's got the high octane fuel going as he pushes his way down this last straight. But Caden McDonald's riding behind him. He's the Mountain Raider. He's closing the gap on Orparty. But it looks like Orparty will take it out over McDonald and race from Harwood for the 3.
Rightio, race 136, the 11 girls, sponsored by Action Powder Coating again, and it's the NZ Plater going straight out to the front, so come catch me if you can. So the NZ1, Georgia Poe Edwards, she's going to hold on to the front spot, but it's going to be the SI2 of Ali Campbell that holds on to the 2 spot and try to keep the rest of them away. Amelia Williamson's holding on to 3. We've got Kenzie Parker, Amelia Wilk, and Libby McLeod in this one too. But nothing better than your NZ1. She's coming down that last straight. Georgia Poe Edwards, nice and easy for her. She's not having much of a challenge this time. Then we go back to Ali Campbell, Amelia Williamson, Kenzie Parker, Amelia Wilkin, and Libby McLeod.
Here we go, action-packed, Action Powder Coating, race number 137. It's moto number 3. It's our second gate of 11 girls, and head down, pedaling hard is none other than your NZ2, Hattie Barrington, but she's got company in the form of Mila McMullen. Holly Shanks out of Hamilton on the 05 is in the mix there too. We're looking for Isabella Leach out of Christchurch on the 195. The 299 of Grace Beale, she's in there too from Dunedin, and Cena Richardson, the Nelly Thunderbolt on the 107. But coming back down towards us now, it's all about Hattie Barrington from the Sunset Coast. Into the last corner she goes, but she's still got Mila McMullen up and behind her as they come along. We can see Holly Shanks out of Hamilton. She's got the 3, but it looks like there might be a battle on for 4 and 5. Are we going to have enough space on the track? Oh my giddy out, we might have. We've got to go back up and check that replay.
We love our replays, we love our scores. That's the what tells us what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. But this is your moto number 3, 12 boys, brought to you by Mile & Co. And it is the none other than Maxie Olsen show out the front, leading from the front as he has done. He's the 940, sitting right in behind him. Those is good mate Sam Hickey from New Plymouth, Harley Logan from North Harbour, Dylan from Carpenter and Austin Sheeran there from Southland. They're your 5 riders here in our moto number 3. But Maxie Olsen, Hickey, they're going battle to battle, bar to bar. Down the second straight they go. We know what Hickey can do. Can he close the gap on Olsen? Looks like Olsen will be too good, too strong. He's on the 940. He'll take out race number 138. Hickey for the 2 and Logan for the 3.
Rightio, race 139, Mile & Co sponsored, and it's the 12 boys gate 2. And who we got out the front, it's an SI2. Baden Prescott holding on to this one. Old Cater McKenzie in the red gear, so I'm allowed to call him the big red bus. So it's Baden Prescott followed by Cater McKenzie, also known as the big red bus. Then we go back to Cohen Blair from Southland, Toby Milne, and Kayla Potter and Cole Butler. But back to the front, Baden Prescott keeping it away from the big red bus. You don't want him near you because he'll stack you. But it looks like Baden Prescott's going to take this one away. Cater McKenzie's going to take the 2. Cole Blair's going to have the 3, and Toby Milne gets the 4.
There we go. You just heard another gate drop because it's race number 140 thanks to Mile & Co. Another gate of 12 boys. Dylan Johns, the Mountain Raider. He's at the front. He's hunting for a plate. It's the 671 on there at the moment. Will he walk away with the coveted SI1? I don't know. The 125 there of Enzo Torrens out of Tiana. He's going to give him a hard time, that's for sure. Heath Boyce out of Christchurch there coming through. Liam McDonald too from Kapiti. He's in the mix there. Kobe guys out of Dunedin. Heath Boyce from Christchurch and Jamie McCulrick out of Southland. He's pushing for a pace. Into the last quarter they go though. It's going to be Dylan Johns all the way for this race. Number 140. Thanks to Malenko taking us home. Sweet Caroline.
Alrighty, coming at us already, ladies and gentlemen, it's our race 141, brought to us by Atu Gaming Trust. These are your 12 girls. This is their third race of today, but it is none other than Olivia Anderson. She's the SI2. She's had the best of all the stats today, ladies and gentlemen. She's certainly putting on a fantastic display for us, but right in behind her is a rider there from North Harbour. That is Mia Grant. She's on the 109. Mia Grant's on the charge down this rhythm section. She's trying to close the gap on Anderson, but she's going to have to work hard for it. There's a rider behind her is Olivia Frost there from Mountain Raiders. Norris Sprocket and Whistle and Duckett, of course, are all part of your action. But it looks like Olivia Anderson there from Mountain Raiders. She's going to clean the race up. And Mia Grant from North Harbour, she'll take out the 2 spot, followed by Frost for the 3.
Oh, yeah, it won't go down.
Yeah, it looks like Olivia Duckett might have gone down actually, but good to see her back up on her feet. We know what the Duckett family are like. They are certainly tough racers.
Rightio, race 142, it's the 13 boys, sponsored by 98 Coaching. And here we go, what Seagull wants to get to the corner to get his chip first. It's going to be the 112 of Kano Goff. So he's holding on to that one, but what have I said? There was also a chip at corner 2. How many is are going to get in there? And I think that was advantage down there from Dylan Smith. Decided, I want the chip first. We got the part-time commentator, old Nixon Murphy, who's riding his bike, hence why he's not with us. But back to the front, Kano Goff holding on to this one by the skin of his teeth. Then we go back to Dylan Smith, old Nixon Murphy getting a bit swamped there by Blake Norris. So it's going to be a couple of photo finishes over that finish line. We just had an unlucky rider there of the 630 of Logan Birch just hitting the deck and destroying his peak too.
And a shout out to George Byrne from Granny and Popper, watching from Fielding. But I tell you what, I'm watching from North Avon Christchurch BMX Club, and coming into the whole shot, they're going hard. Look, might be Sam Brand on the 609. It sure is. Look at that, the Shark hunting him down. The Shark being Lucas Jones out of New Plymouth on the 421. Rated Big out of Kai Tangata on the 225. We got Alex Shanks on the 905 in the mix there too, alongside Charlie Shaw at Dunedin. Andrew Vanderberg out of Christchurch on the 157. And the 295 of Nixon Warren out of Christchurch. But it is all Sam Brand out there at the moment as they come back around. He's being chased down by Lucas Jones. Oh no, here we go. It's the Shank. It's Alex Shanks. He's having a crack. Not quite enough. Didn't manage to pull it out of the bag, but that was so intense. I'm pretty sure I heard the Mission Impossible theme song humming along there.
Oh, I tell you what, Brendan, certainly been some great action racing today as we move on to race 144, your 13 boys. And it looks like it's the 3-2-4 of Jesse there from NAC. He's got the local knowledge. He's putting on a great display, but riding behind him, Finn Barrington there from Sunset Coast in the 2 spot. Jackson Carroll from East City's in that 3 spot. Wallach from Cromwell sitting back there in that 4 spot at the moment. But it is the Jesse Surgeon Orr from NAC putting on a nice smooth display for us here at the South Island titles. Barrington is sitting in that 3 spot at the moment. And it looks like Carroll from East City will take out the 3 spot here in your 13 boys, race 144.
Radio, race 5 coming up. And the gate goes down, and it's the 13 boys, sponsored by 98 Coaching, race 145. And it's the NZ1 that's going to go straight in there. But that 931 there of Carter Simmons, I think he was eyeing up that gap that Finn Lawrence just left on the inside. So let's see if he's going to do it again. Nah, Finn just closes that door and says, yeah, it might have been a mistake to leave that open, but I'm not letting you just come up. And here you go, Turbo's going, and I'm gone anyway. So then we go back to Carter Simmons holding on to that too, but a bit of pressure from the SI1 there of Brock O'Neill. So he'll be looking to hold on to that SI1, but he's got a lot of work to do because they've got an NZ1 in their field.
Here we go, thanks to Track Stars. That was gate number 146. It's moto number 314, boys. Cooper Murphy out of Christchurch, getting into the max, but here we go, 2-1 in the first corner. It's the 134, Cooper Murphy in the 2. Austin Sprocket out of Christchurch, he got on the 1. He took the whole shot, but in behind him, none other than the Mountain Radar, Rafe Hendricks himself. He's pushing hard. Dylan Entwistle from Dunedin wants a pace with Rocky Bracks. Out of Southland, Quinn Parker, Ollie Norris, Charlie Burke. But it's going to be the 134. He's coming around that corner. Cooper Murphy handling those corners. He's going to give a Slinky a run for its money. But here we go. Reef Hendricks making a move. What can he do? Can Reef pull one out the bag? He got a couple of extra pedals. I don't know if it was enough.
Alrighty, moving on to race 147, brought to you by Track Stars, and we've got a good start there by Jono Hansen. He's on the 57 plate there from Dunedin. Brooklyn Hansen is sitting back there in that 2 spot. Colin Joyce and Mountain Raiders, he's on that 3 spot at the moment. He's on 347, but it is the Jono Hansen show there from Dunners. Followed there by Brooklyn Hansen there from North Canterbury. Colin Joyce and Mountain Raiders. Dylan Sassy, Angus Morgan, Brian Marshall, Roy Arnold and Jack Ducker there from Rotorua, but look at Jono Hansen go. Nice manual's been put on there by Jono as he makes his way down this full straight, crosses the finish line. He'll take a Trackstar sponsored moto number 147. Hansen from North Canterbury for the 2, Joyce for the 3.
Radio race 148, sponsored by Track Stars once again. 15 boys, gate one of these guys, and it's going to be the NZ4 that goes straight in there. But I seen a few people eyeing up that inside line. Liam Clifford was like, nah, mate. Not happening. I'm going to close that down a wee bit, which forced Fletcher and Caleb just to back off a wee bit. So it looks like we're back out the front. Blake Glover's well clear of that carnage that was going to happen in that first corner. Liam Clifford just shutting the door. I'll shut the door, Clifford. And then we've got Fletcher Lawrence and Caleb Smith as well, running both the same jerseys. We've got Fergus Gardner in this one and Liam King as well. But I think that's a new nickname for Liam. Liam Shut the Door Clifford.
Here we go. It's thanks to Track Stars. Another gate of 15 boys, race 149. Here we go. Zed Colley out of Southland making a move. Is he going to get the whole shot? It's the 589 plate and it's Zed Colley. It is him. He's out of Southland. He's got the whole shot. Travis Marshall and Paura. He's looking for a bit of action. Kane Higgin from Cromwell on the 800. Liam Stephen out of Christchurch on the 449. Jax West from Cambridge on the 500. And Jacob White out of the 945. Coming back down towards us now, though, it is still Zed Colley with the 704. Travis Marshall on the 2. It's the 449. Liam Steeman, sorry. He's going to have a crack. But here we go. It's our Cromwell rider coming up the inside. What can he do? Kieran Higgin having a crack, but just not quite enough gaps there to make it through. But thanks to Track Stars for race 149.
Alright, already, ladies and gentlemen, we're to race number 150, brought to you by Track Stars. This is the 3rd time today for these 15 boys, and Joshua Ford's on the charge there by the looks of it, but Tyler Grant from North Harbour, he got the whole shot, and he's pushed on through. Olivia Donaldson there from Oliver Donaldson there from New Plymouth. He's sitting back there in that 3 spot, but I tell you what, Tyler Grant's putting on a nice smooth display here. He's on the 717, he's from the North Harbour. 489 of Joshua Ford from Pydal sitting there in that 2 spot. Johnson still in the 3, McDonald, Lang and Warren from Christchurch City sitting back there in the 6 spot. But it is Tyler Grant from North Harbour, too good, too strong. He'll take out race number 150, brought to you by Track Stars.
Radio race 151, it's the 3rd moto for the 17 to 34 male 20-inch, sponsored by NZCT. And here we go, we got 3 wide into the corner. Who was the one that backed out of the inside? It was Benny James. He even had that grin on his face like, no way, Jose, I'm not going in there. So it looks like Liam Goodwin was the best one that got out there. Cameron Lang, he was number 2, and old Benny James, old back out Benny James was like, nah, hell no, not for me. So it looks like Liam Goodwin's going to run away down this last straight. Oh, Cameron Lang's going to take that one. Then we got the NZ one there of Dan McCombie. He's going to take it over Benny James.
Here we go, I tell you, it's flying, it's going like firecrackers here at North Haven, Christchurch BMX track. Looking for it, it might be Deacon McCormick on the 275, he's into the whole shot, he sure is. Back down they go, but it's now 3-4 widers, and then the 2nd straight. Into the work early though, Deacon McCormick, Zeb Pickford's looking for some action. Owen Brown, he's got himself up into the 2 spot, only just though, as they come back down, Jake Wilkinson, Keenan Brown, Hunter Sterling, Lindsay out of Alex, Corey Kingston coming back round the last corner. Here we go, what can the 195 of Zeb Pickford do? It looks like he might have got himself into the number 2 spot. Only time's going to tell as they cross the line, and we go check scores. Never take my word for it.
I tell you what, if you blink, you snooze here in this 34 mile, it's like an old Ford versus Holden race in the V8 Supercars, where of course Holden would always take it out. But it is Fred Cooper, he's on that red shirt, leading from the front from Christchurch City. Jack Gebby from NAC's not going to give up, he's on that 464. We know what this young fella can do. Ryan Hurley there from NAC, he's on the charge, sitting back there in that 3 spot. But it is Mr. Cooper from Christchurch City. Look at him go, look at that pumping action. But Gebby from NAC looks like he's cruising now because he's probably given up, realising that Cooper's going to cross the finish line, take out race number 153. Gebby will have to settle for the 2, and Quinton Bowen from Waitakere for the 3.
Rightio, race 154, Moto 3 for the 16 boys, sponsored by Trackstars. Trackstars are sponsoring a lot of stuff this weekend. It's the 822 there of Caleb White that's going out the front. We've only got 4 on here, so I've got 2 DNFs. So it's going to be the magnificent 4 floating around the track. Caleb White, Ben Shaw, Mason Gerelsma, and Lockie McElhinney, sorry. That's Denny McElhinney's boy. But it looks like Caleb White is too big, too strong for this one. Go back to Benny Shaw. Then we've got Mason in there. The SI2's just pulled the pin there. And number 4 is Lockie McElhinney.
And thanks to BMX New Zealand, race number 155. This is our women juniors with Selena Place to the Mountain Raider, getting herself out in front of the whole shot. It's the 57 plate of Holly Oldham out of Alex. She managed to get herself on the 2, but she's got company. Casey and Lewis in North Haven Christchurch. She's looking for some work. Zaria Thornley, she's in there too out of Tikawiti. I think it is. It's Taylor Arnold and Tauranga there with Jessie Hitter out of Harwell, Destiny Stewart from Dunedin. Jessica Bowen out of North Haven Canterbury, little local lass. Here we go. Cassian's got herself on the number 2 spot. She's the local lass. She knows this track, but Selena's going to be too quick to get herself across that finish line for race number 155. Thanks to BMX New Zealand.
Alright, the gate slaps down here for the 156th time, brought to you by Christchurch City Council. These are your the 44 male 20 inch. And it looks like it is Mr. Murphy from Christchurch City. He's on the charge. He's had the best of the stats all day, the best of the hauls, best of the corners 1 and 2, and he's doing the same here in this race. But Cameron Kay there from North Canterbury is right on as well. Murphy's going to have to work for it because I tell you what, Kay wants a piece of the action. Jamie Nielsen there from Christchurch City sitting back down the 3. Corey Green and Ruben from... not sure where NN is, but I'm sure we'll work it out shortly. But it looks like Scott Murphy on the 135. Too good, too strong. He'll take out race 156. Kay will settle for the 2. And Nelson from Christchurch City for the 3.
Manoa is Nelson in. And, but we'll catch that the next one. Well, race 157, 45 to 49 mile 20 inch, so not the rest home sort of guys yet. But it's, as we get out there, Cycle Express sponsored. Nathan Cornelius is going to lead them out. Danny McElhinney, I think he was sitting in that low spot, trying to find a way up. Old Glenn Richardson sitting in the 2. Old Glenn Ogle just back on his bike, considering he's had a wrist problem for God knows how long. But he's good to see him back on. But it's Nathan Cornelius just going to get pipped if he makes a mistake down here. And old Dusty won't like that, but manages to hold on from Glenn Richardson, Danny McElhinney, and then Glenny Ogle.
Here we go, thanks to Inco. It's our 50 plus male 20 inch. Tony Thornley, he's getting some work into it as he goes along into the first hole shot though. It's the 495 plate. That's Dave Moe here at North Haven Christchurch. This is his home track. We got Shane Parker out of Dunedin in the mix too. Brett McKersey from North Haven Christchurch alongside his mate Les Campbell. But there we go, Golden Wheels Boggis. He's in the mix with Darren Bowen from North Haven Canterbury. Christchurch, sorry, they're flying down here. But it's going to be Dave Mohe all the way. He knows this track, but the battle's on for 2 and 3. What's going to happen on that last corner? They're going high, they're going low, they're getting pushed left and right. It's a pedal power to the end here. It's all go. As they cross the line, we're going to want to go. That's the great thing about, thanks to Jack Links, Manoa, we can keep going back and watching these races over and over again.
100% Brenton, and moving up to the gates, we move on to our men elite. Rightio, the gate slaps down here, ladies and gentlemen. Get trackside because these are the best of the best in the business. And it looks like Bias there from North Harbour's leading from the front. But we know what Jesse Green can do, and he's taking the lead at the moment. Bias has had to slot back there for the 2, Cowie for the 3. Joyce is sitting back there in the 4 spot. But it looks like Jesse Green's on the charge. He's showing Bias how to do it. I tell you what, Bias will want a piece of the action because Green at the moment's got a nice comfortable lead over Bias. Cowie from Cromwell sitting there in that 3 spot at the moment. Joyce the Mountain Raiders is in the 4, but it looks like Michael Bias has come across the line over Green for the 2, Cowie for the 3, Joyce for the 3, and Stanley for the 5.
Rightio, race 160, 13 and 14 girls, sponsored by the Hand Therapist. So it's going to be the NZ2 of Andy McMullen that's holding on to the front, but the gaggle behind is going left, right, and up, down, and changing positions everywhere. So it's Andy McMullen said, I'm keeping clear of that. I want to stay on my bike until at least the finals time, then we'll see what happens. So it's Andy McMullen holding on there, but it's the 793 there of Quinn Lindsay just trying to get to her back wheel and see what she can do. Stella Skelton is in there for the 3rd spot. Then we go back to the 2 Southland riders of Bow and Honour. We've got Kelly Miller just not having a good race this one. Then we go back to our Sophia Deer.
There we go, Inco bringing you race number 161, moto number 3. We're into our 15 to 16 girls into the work earlier, looking for the whole shot. It's the 320 plate. That's Kat Morris out of Southland. Elsa Bird out of Dunedin, the 117 plate. She's all over it too. She's got the back wheel. We can see Kai Tangata's Ada Big in the mix there too. As they come back around, she's got into the 3rd. Ruby Ziegler out of North Canterbury. Lucy Lardner out of Waitakere alongside there. The local lass of Emily Wilkinson. As we come back flying around, we've got Michaela Stronick. No, she didn't start, unfortunately. We've had that conversation already, but coming back down, Kat Morris looks like she might hang on. Eliza Bird hanging on a crack, though. It's going to be too little too late as we look to see race number 161. Thanks to Inco, round out.
Riders to stage.
Rightio, thank you to Graham Gold Consulting. As we move on to race number 162, these year 35 cruiser female, and it is none other than Amy Duckett there for Minotirua. That's Mama Duckett with all her ducklings following in behind her. Nikki Mulligan, Nikki Bonsall, Rachel Rogers, Sonia Smith, and Helena Kennard. But look at Duckett go, she's the NZ4. She's on the charge, she's had the best of the stats all day, the best of the hills, corner 1, 2 and 3, and she's putting on a nice smooth performance as she makes her way in and out of that 3rd corner. She goes down towards the finish line. Looks like Nikki Mulligan from Harwood is still sitting in that 2 spot. Nikki Bonsall there on the NZ5 from North Harbour. She's got a bit of competition coming from Rogers though. Can she hold on to it? Yes, she can. Duckett will take the 1, Mulligan for the 2, and Bonsall for the 3.
Rightio, race 163, Moto 3 for these guys. One more to go for the 8 to 10 Cruiser Mail, sponsored by Inco. And we got side by side. Oh! The old pink bike, the Cromwell rider of Frank Waters said, you can stick your wheel where you want it, mate, but I'll tell you where to shove it back. And that's not in the inside of me. So old Frank Waters, good defensive riding there. Didn't even bother that he had a wheel just about by his elbow. So they built him hard in Cromwell because he's just like, I've got a pink bike, and what? And what are you going to do about it? Because I'm in the front, so I can have a pink bike. So it's Frank Waters down this last straight. Old Rex Olsen just the one trying to shove his wheel into Frank's elbow there. Then we go back to Nico Rosenberg, James Bell with quick Rafe in that one too.
Here we go, Inco bringing you race number 164. It's the 8 to 12 cruiser female, Olivia Foster, Mountain Raider, getting out the gate nice and early. As we look to see who's going into the whole shot, it's a 337, and it is the plate of Olivia Foster. She's hung on to it. Hattie Barrington there, though. You can see her, your NZ3, around a Sunset Coast. She's pushing hard. Consistent all day she is. Taraha, Stella Torrens in the mix set too on the 93 plate. Alongside Christchurch's Winnie Murphy on the 137, but they're coming back down towards me now. Olivia Foss is all class as she comes down the rhythm straight into the last corner for the, 6th time today for this girl. She's been double classing, and I tell you what, she's in a class of her own. As she heads down past the Mr. Whoopee, also the North Haven Christchurch BMX shop. I tell you what, you want to get in there and splash your cash, but there we go, race number 164, thanks to Inco.
Rightio, coming to you is race 165, brought to you by Exone Muscle Rub. And I'm sure some of these riders are going to need a bit of special treatment tonight, but it looks like the rider of Dylan Johns here from Mountain Raiders. He's on the charge over Prescott there from Martial Muru. Torrens from Martial was had to settle for the 3 with Maxi Olsen from Rotorua sitting in that 4 spot. But Dylan Johns, he's got the afterburners out. He's got that clean, fresh air as he makes his way down the 3rd straight. Nice manualling, nice pumping action there being put on display there by Johns. But Prescott from Rotorua, from Mutu, sitting there in that 2 spot at the moment. He's trying to close the gap on Johns. Let's see if he can do it. But Olsen from Rotorua, he's on the charge as well. But it looks like race 165 will go to Johns, Prescott, then Olsen.
Radio 166, 13 and 14 Cruiser Mail. Gate 1 of 2 of these guys, and Kinetics is sponsoring it. So it's Cooper Murphy. It's one of the Murphys in this age, so it's going to be bragging rights for Cooper if he takes the SI title, which he is more than likely to do as well. But he's going to have to work hard because there's some other riders in there that just want to take it off, but he's running away with this one. Cooper Murphy just said, see you later guys, I've had my bacon buddy from the shop and I've got energy to burn considering he's riding 2 classes. We go back to the Cromwell rider of Carter Simmons. We've got Maxwell Morris, Finn Berrington and Jackson Carroll rounding in the rear.
Here we go. Kinetics bringing us race number 167, and I tell you what, I'm going to be racing to the coffee cart. I've just heard they got iced coffee. I tell you what, Reef Hendricks must have heard that as well, because look at him go. He's flying around here, the mountain raider. He's giving it a go on the 690 plate. Angus Morgan out of North Haven, Canterbury. We spoke with him earlier today. He's on the 321, your SI4 of Quinn Parker from Dunedin. He's having a crack alongside Harwetters, Dylan Smith on the 100 plate, and Christchurch's Nixon Murphy on the 136. But Reef, he's taking us home. He's heading off down to check out the coffee cart. He might want to get himself a nice chocolate or something alongside there and the shop. Don't forget there, get in there and help the team out as they're putting on a huge amount of effort. But that was race 167, thanks to Kinetics.
Rightio, race 168 brought to you by Stratco. They are your roofing specialists and leading from the front as he has done all day. And this race is certainly no different. It's none other than the rider there from the Hawke's Bay. That's Adam Lawrence. Amos Earl on the 270 sitting in that 2 spot at the moment. And back in the 3 spots, Jack Gebby on the 464. Gebby's moved up into the 2 spots, sorry. So Lawrence is still in that 1. Earl's in the 3. Hero for the 4. Marshall, Clifford, King and Malla. They're your 8 riders here, and you've put the 39 Cruiser Mail. But look at Lawrence go. He's got the skills to pay the bill, and he's going to cross over the Stratco sponsored 15 to 39 Cruiser Mail. Lawrence, then Earl.
Radio 169, race 169 on the books at the moment, and it's I see a Tegan McCormick, so the young fella that couldn't, he's going straight to the front. But who's going with him? Hunter Sterling Lindsay. I don't know if that was the right thing. I'm pretty sure Tegan's in the front, but my tablet's telling me different. So here we go. They go side by side, and Tegan's just having a bit of a play and a bit of a bonk there too. So that probably wouldn't be the smartest for him. So we go back to Hunter Sterling Lindsay. Then we've got Liam Parks and older Tegan, I think, has blown all his energy on his 20-inch, but just riding the cruiser just to say so. But back to the front. Tegan, Hunter Sterling Lindsay, Liam Parks, Tegan McCormick and Liam King. That's top 4.
Goodness me, I'm trying to get some goodness me down my throat, and it's got me going. Into the work, there they go, thanks to Track Stars. Selena Feister into the whole shot, she goes with the 57. That's Holly Autumn of Alex behind her. Taylor Arnold sitting in the 3 at a Tauranga. I bet your mum and dad are watching online alongside brother Zach as they come back down towards us, the 747. Jessie Hitter coming towards us now. She's just come around that corner, and out of Dunedin, Destiny Stewart on the 08. But it's going to be Selena, the Mountain Raider. She's making her way, racing towards that Cycle Express tent as she rounds out race number 170, thanks to Track Stars. Oh, and let's not forget Track Stars, they've got that raffle, mate, that bike. I've got my ticket. I'm going to win that bike.
That can actually be purchased online if you go to...
Manawa, you can get the bike too, mate.
Yeah, well, we can.
So you're going to go racing, Brenton? I want to see that. Anyway, as we move on to the track, we've got race 170 front, brought to you by Enco this year. 40 and 49, Cruiser Bruisers, K Green, Rosenberg are your 1, 2, 3 at the moment. Nelson, Batman, Ralph and Ruggy Rogers there from Nelson on the 777. But it is the Cameron K show from North Canterbury. Look at him go on the 130 plate. Rosenberg from Tio Motors on the 440 sitting back in that 2 spot. Corey Green there from Nelson on the NN, as we call it, the 715 plate. He's sitting in that 3 spot. But Cameron and Kay, too good, too strong. He'll take out race 171. Rosenberg for the 2 and Nelson from Christchurch City for the 3.
Radio race 172, the 40 to 49 Cruiser Male, sponsored by Enco, and I see a Scotty Murphy, so it's going to be interesting to see when you throw Scott, Cam, and Dusty Cornelius into a race together and see what happens. It could be argy-bargy like the first one that we had in seeing both of them. So Dusty Cornelius just a bit of a squeal in the first corner and managed to get under there, but Scott's like, hey, you have to do a bit more than that, mate. So he's going to have another crack at it again, but too tight on that one, just scrubbed too much speed. So Scotty Murphy taking this one over Dusty Cornelius. Then we go back to Hayden Payne, Jeremy Hudson, Darren Colley, Sean Kingston, and the one that didn't start was Derek.
Here we go, the hand therapist bringing you the second to last race of Moto number 3. That's round 3. For those of you new to BMX, it's race number 173. As we look, it's none other than the Shankmaster 3000. He's in the crank, look at him go. He's shanking it all the way through. That's why he's like a Ginsu knife as he comes flying back around. We've got Rick Houghton, the local lad at North Haven Christchurch. He wants the piece of the pie, but can he get past the Shankmaster? I don't know. Adam Cook out of North Canterbury, Les Gamble and Roy Leading, both from North Haven Christchurch, where we are today. 492 and the 479, but that's how we're going to roll. It's going to be none other than the Shankmaster 3000. Get across to... I was going to say Briscoe's to get a deal.
Briscoe's get a deal, mate.
I'll tell you what, that Shankmaster 70 puts on a good display. It's always a pleasure to watch. Moving on anyway to race number 174, brought to you by the Fan Therapist. And it looks like it is Mark Lewis there from NAC. He got the whole shot over Parker Barrington, Golden Wheels, Boggess and Phillips. But Mark Lewis from North Avon, he's on the charge as he goes in and out of this third corner today for the third time. Of course, there is one more race to go in terms of Moto 4, but Lewis is making his way down this rhythm section. He's making it look easy, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm sure he's going to be looking forward to a nice cold one at the end of the day. It is Shane Parker there from Dunn sitting in that 2 spot at the moment, and Craig Barrington there from Sunset Coast. He's on the charge. He'll start for 3, followed there by Warren Boggess and Matthew Phillips from Christchurch City.
Radio is another call for riders to staging. If you're not there, you should be. You probably should be. It's your last one for the day, so make sure you're there. Back to the racing though for the 4th Moto and final one for the Sprockets. Race 175. There's 5 and under Sprockets, and I'm looking for a Rafe going straight to the front. Old Colton Rafe, the 388 there of Charlie Watson's going to roll with him. I think I can see Theo there, Theo Dribblecock. And then we go back to the 807 there of Finn Kempton as your top 4. I'll catch the rest as they come back towards me. But up the front, old Colton Rafe, just like his brother, he's loving being out the front, but he's going to go to an age group. It's going to get a bit harder for him. So Colton Rafe at the moment around this last corner. Bit of pressure from the 388 there of Charlie Watson. Just saying, hey, keep a move on, mate. Even though the commentator's talking about you, don't worry about me. So it's Colton Rafe at the moment. It's going to go down to the line. And they don't have transponders, so I don't know what happened there.
No, they don't. They don't have transponders.
I was looking at my board.
This is our Sprocket 6 mix. That's thanks to BMX New Zealand. We got the 259 coming into the whole shot, though. It's the 653. That's Mateo Caldwell there out of Te Awamutu. He's got himself out the front. He's coming along nicely, though, but we've got the 259 in the mix, too. That's Riley Reid out of Cromwell. North Canterbury's Reed Jolly on the 801. He's pushing along. As they come back down towards us now, Cody Popolski out of Cromwell on the 796. Spencer White from Alex on the 457. Franklin Percy, he's in the mix there from North Canterbury on the 941. As we look for Sol Bundy out of Cambridge on the 716. They're all rounding us out here in the last round for the day. This is race number 176, thanks to BMX New Zealand. And probably a quick customer service announcement. Tie down your gazebos, people. Tie down your gazebos.
On another customer service notification, the bike shops that are down there, the vendors, they may not be here tomorrow. So go have a look at all what they've got. Because of the wind, they may not be here tomorrow. So it's probably the best to go down and have a look. I know Hedgefest have their shop down there with protective gear, Cycle Express down there and Track Stars, but they may not be here tomorrow. So I repeat, they may not be here tomorrow. Sorry, Manuel.
All right, as we move back out onto the track, in and out of that third corner they go. That is Bo Rushbrook there from Cromwell. He's on the 250 plate. He's on the charge for the final time today, as this being his 4th race. And, of course, Bo will be back tomorrow as he has 3 races tomorrow, Motos 5 and 6, and then, of course, our final round. brought to you by BMX New Zealand and of course Jack Links, who are bringing to us our live streaming service across the Mutu and across the globe. But race number 177, Bo Rushbrook, followed there by the 809 of Harlow Hudson and the 454 of Evie Campbell from Alexandra will take the 3. Jackson McLeod, Carl Sezzi, Emma Bell and Elise Waters, they are your 7 riders in race 177.
Well, according to the comments on the stream out on YouTube, we've got people watching in Australia too. So welcome, Aussies. It's better being on this side of the ditch, but I would rather not be an Aussie right now because it's apparently 40 degrees over there. So you can keep your heat, thank you very much. But back to the racing now. We're up to the race 178, which is the 8 girls sponsored by Strata Title Administration. Out the front, we've got Sage Lawrence, followed by Lottie Kahukuta. Freya Parsons in this one as well, and Brooke Colley and Caitlin Cron. But here we go, a bit of a gaggle up the front from 1, 2 and 3. Old Sage Lawrence just got a bit of a gap, but the battle is going to be between Freya and Lottie. So the semi-local riders, they know these tracks. They're on the South Island, but Freya just turning a bit tight there, losing all her speed. Not going to be able to catch Lottie there unless she can out-hump her, but Sage is going to take this one clean and done and dusted for her.
Here we go though, thanks to Cycle Express. It's race number 179. It's the 4th moto. It's the 8 boys here. Freddie Stansfield out of North Harbour getting into the work early. It's the 901 plate. Look at him go. He's leaning into it. In behind him though, the 455. That's Reeve Stephens out of Alex. Jake Anderson, the mountain rated in there on the 120 plate. We got Quinn Rafe on the 178 out of Christchurch. Cooper Duggan from Cromwell on the 788. The 964 though of Mac Naylor out of Alex, but coming back down towards me now. It is your 901 plate. It is Freddie Stansford out of the North Harbour, but he's got in behind him now. It's coming through. It's the 455 of Reeve Stevens as they come in rounding out here. Race number 179. It is Moto 4, 8 boys. And a quick reminder, people, please make sure you hold down your rubbish. The wind is picking up and it is dangerous when it's on the track, so please make sure you pick up your rubbish and secure it as they go. Hand back to Manawa.
Yes, most importantly, safety first, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're well secured in every way, please. We don't want things flying across the track. Anyway, moving on to our race brought to you by Cycle Express. This is race 180, and it is the rider there from Christchurch City, Thomas McMurdoch. He's leading from the front as he tries to work his way down that 3rd straight. Of course, he's having to contend with the strong winds now, but it is Reed Captain there from North Canterbury sitting there in that 3 spot. He went low, and has he got the speed? Because I tell you what, he's coming up on the inside, but it looks like Thomas McMurdoch will just hold on to it over Captain. He will take the 2, and Martin from North Canterbury for the 3.
Rightio, race 181, and the wind's starting to pick up in the commentary box here. We're starting to get a tarp blanket, but it's not the case for these guys. So 199, Ollie's going to hold on to this one after, I think he had a tumble earlier in the day, so good to see him getting back up and winning races. Then we go back to our Ludo. We've got Haru in here as well, or Haru. He's not actually going to be happy sitting in 3. He's been up at 2 and 1 all day, so he's going to have to get some work to be made and done to get back up the field, and I'm losing my words today at the moment, but Ollie's going to hold on to the number 1. We got Ludo in the 2, we got Haru in the 3, Finn in the 2 Finns in 4 and 5, and Arlo in the 6.
Mate, do you even know where you are?
Oh.
Do you know where you are? I'll tell you what, these kids know where they are though. This is Moto number 4, race number 182. It is thanks to North Canterbury BMX. Into the work they go though. It's the 809 plate there. That is none other. Oh, I'm losing my plot. No, maybe it's not the 809 plate, but it's definitely a shark in the water. No, it is. It's Finn Hudson on the NZ4. He's coming back down towards us now with East City's Max Miles on the 421 in behind him, coming down towards me now. He's pushing hard, but that wind's making it a bit difficult for them now. But it's the 178 plate in the 3. That's Asher Maloney. But we got Liam James on the 628 there. We got Quinn Nelson, Tao Clark, Luke Richardson all pushing through here as they round themselves out for race number 182, thanks to North Canterbury BMX.
Yep, the wind's certainly something the riders having to contend with now, but hey, every rider's in the same boat. As we go back to the track, this is race 183 brought to you by North Canterbury BMX, and it looks like it is the rider there from Dunedin, Ingersoll. He's taken the whole shot over Walker from Cromwell. Norris there from Mountain Raiders is settling in the 3 spot. But take from Mark Cromwell sitting there in that 4, so it's going to be a good battle between the 3-4 as well. But it is an in whistle there for Martin Eden on the 866. He's on the charge. He's having to get down low as he deals with his win. Walker from Cromwell looks like he's just rolled him as he makes his way in and out of that third corner. He goes, turn and burns towards the finish line. But In Whistle's not going to give up. Walker and In Whistle going hard to the finish line. This is what we like to see, ladies and gentlemen, all the way to the line. And it looks like In Whistle's just held on over Walker, and Norris will settle for the 3. Good racing, boys.
Rightio, race 1849, boys. Last gate of these ones for the day, and the wind is really starting to get crazy down here. So it's the ASI 5 there of us, Soda, holding on to everyone else. And who's going to be the 2? It's Micah Mulligan or George Bird. There was a bit of an argy-bargy and a change of position, but it's still Soda up the front at the moment. So he said, see you later, guys. I'll see you at the finish line. Come catch me if you can. So we go back to the 510 of Micah Mulligan, but he's got a lot of pressure because there's a big gaggle of them, of about 4 of them, all trying to change locations. But here we go, down the last straight. I think they've had a headwind because you just seen them hit a wall there, and that's how they're going to finish.
Here we go. Thanks to Strata Title Administration, we got race number 185. It's motor number 4, 9 girls. Into the work they go. They're coming towards us now. As we look to see who's who in the zoo. Taika Leonin, she got a good go, but it's Pippa Walker now, the 880. She's out the front from Hamilton. We got Taika Leonin and now from Te Awamutu on the 356. Winnie Murphy out of Christchurch on the 137. Amelia McKay, the Hutt Valley Thunderbolt. She's coming along too on the 489, the 100 plate of Luca Robinson, and Marley Naylor out of Alex on the 960 plate. She's making a go of it too, but this is too close to call. They're getting funky, loose as a goose. Into the last corner they go. Hopefully they stay on their bike, keep the rubber side down, as they say. Bouncing along though, it's race number 185. Thanks to Strata Title Management. I tell you what, snap, crackle and pop, there they go, across the finish line.
Righty, brought to you by Christchurch City Council. This is race 186 for the final time today. These year 10 boys: Haley, Norris, Lindsay, Lyons, Goff, Hendricks and Bounty. But it looks like the 7280 plate from Te Awamutu of Lake and Haley. He's taken the lead from the front. He's pushing his way down the second straight for the final time today. Bounty is sitting back there in that 2 spot there from Cambridge. Lindsay from Cromwell sitting there in the 3 at the moment. But Bounty from Cambridge is slotted back into 3. Lindsay from Cromwell slotted up into that 2 spot. Haley from Te Awamutu is leading from the front, as he has done all day. But he's going to have to go for it because Lindsay wants a piece of the action. He's gone high. Has he going to need that run off of that last straight? But it looks like Haley is just holding on to it. Cromwell Riders coming up the outside. He's going to take out race number 186 over Lindsay, and Bounty will go for the 3. Haley, Lindsay, Bounty, are you 1, 2, 3?
There we go. We've already seen it 3 wide over the finish line, but back to the racing now. 187, 10 boys. Moto 2 for the gate 2 of these guys. And it's going to be Thor Piso. Where's his hammer? Because he said, see you later. I'm going to go pick up my hammer. It's at the finish line, hence why I race so fast. So it's Thor. We go back to Frag. We got Leo Charlton. Jihu's in here. Nico, Archie and Hunter as well. But back up the front, Thor Piso straight away just said, see you later, guys. I'm out of here. I'm going to go pick up my hammer. But then we go back to Frank Waters, who's just got a bit of a gap. It's Leo Charlton, who was just coming under a bit of pressure from Jihu there. But that's how they're going to finish race 187.
Talk about what comes after 187. It is 188, motor number 4. It's another gate of 10 boys, thanks to Christchurch City Council. Here we go, 2-1 in the first quarter, but it's your SI2. He managed to get the whole shot. It's none other than Cameron Denson. In behind him, they're out of Tauranga. It's Blake Ty on the 500 plate. He's not going to give up. Look, he's looking for a spot. He's going to go low. Can he make it? Not quite. As they look through, Cooper Lawrence out of the Hawke's Bay. He's trying to find a way around, zipping and diving and wiving. Rex Olsen out of Rotorua on the 99 plate. He's in the mix too. He wants to get along. A couple of Southlanders in the throw of it there. We come back through. We got Fletcher Anderson, Nate Blair, Lucas Wilkie. Thanks to Christchurch City Council. They're busting a move here. Got a tailwind now down behind them down the finish straight for race number 188.
And after 188 comes 189, brought to you by NZT. These are your 10 girls for the final time. Jeffcoat Reeds, orange and white, and Hodua from Southland. And it looks like Azraza Reed, she's the NZ one. She's got the skinny digit. She's leading from the front, followed there by Jeffcoat and Hodua, you 2 Southland riders. Mixing it up with the Southlanders is your rider there from Tiaroa, that's Torrance, and White from Alexandra sitting back there in that 5 spot at the moment. But look at Reed go. She's from Cromwell. She's getting down low. She's trying to make the most of the wind using the aerodynamics. Southland are your 2-3 at the moment. Tiaroa sitting back there in the 4, followed by Alex in the 5. But it looks like the rider there from Cromwell, Eliza Reed, she's the NZ1. She's going to take out race 189, brought to you by NZT.
Radio race 190, it's the second gate of the 10 girls, and there's 4 in this one. So I think it's the two sisters that are having a battle, the NZ4 and the NZ6. But the 912 Violet Job says, nah, not today, guys. You guys can have a sister battle behind me because I want your spot instead. So Violet Job narrowly holding on. Oh, commentator's cursed there. Sorry, Violet, but you're going to get relegated until whenever you can get your feet on the pedals. So back to the front of the road, and it's going to be the NZ4, Addison Stevens, followed by her sister, Bobby Stevens. I hope they are sisters. I think they're the twins that are running the 2 NZ platers. Then we go back to Violet Job, who just had a bit of a pedal upset thanks to my commentating, and then back to Sierra Percy. That's going to round out the rear.
There we go, and also just a reminder, big welcome to our Freeview Channel 200 viewers dialing in from around the Moto as we got Caden McDonald showing them what the BMX racing here in New Zealand is like. He's on the 946 plate out of the Mountain Raiders with the Tauranga rider of Jacob Crawford there on the 131. He's thrown it down. Braxton Hayes out of Harwood on the 756. We got Blake Jenkins out of Christchurch. He's sitting there on the 143. Taylor Cron on the 430 out of Dunedin. The Hutt Valley Thunderbolt of Arlo Gibb on the 88 plate. But this is the Caden McDonald show. The Mountain Raider, he's got all class. Braxton Hayes in the bright green fluoro. He's making a move, but not going to have enough runway to catch Caden as they cross the line for race number 191, thanks to Action Powder Coating.
Radio Action Powder Coating bringing us race 192. Oh, I'm getting my tongue all twisted here, but it's the rider there from Alex. He got the best of the hill starts. We got Lehard, Huda, Mitchell, Zorland and Hegan. And it looks like the rider there from Alex, he's on the 836. He's on the charge for the final time today, going down that second straight. Look at him go, but Oliver Lehard there from Tauranga, he's on the 925 plate. He's going to have to go work for it though, because I'll tell you what, the rider from Southland went low. He's closed the gap there on Lehard. But at the moment, it is the rider there from Alexandra, that's Sutherland. He's leading from the front. He's got plenty of clean, fresh air, and he's going to make his way down the final straight for the final time today. Race 192, brought to you by Action Powder Coating, Sutherland, Lehard, and then, Zolden, then Lehard, are you 1, 2, 3.
Rightio, race 193, last gate of the 11 boys, sponsored by Action Powder Coating, and it's Ropati that goes straight to the front. So it's going to be a battle for the second and third spot because Jackson's already checked out and said, I want to go home now, so let me over the finish line because I'm going to just say see you later. So it's going to be Jackson Ropati, big gap over the rest of the field now. We go back to Hugo Kay and Nathan Cook. They're two that are having a battle for 2 and 3. And we don't want to forget Todd Sanders, who's just sitting there in case anyone makes a mistake. Samuel Arnold and Nathaniel Clifford are in here as well. But here we go, the battles for 2 and 3 down the last straight. Is it Hugo? Is it Nathan? It's going to be a transponder decides.
Here we go, thanks to Action Powder Coating, 11 girls. Holly Shanks getting out nice and early, but Georgia Poe Edwards clawing his space back into the whole shot. Holly Shanks sitting in the 2, Grace Bell in the 3, Amelia Williamson from North Canterbury. She's in there on the 505, Selena Richardson, the Hutt Valley Thunderbolt there on the 107. Kenzie Parker at the lead on the SI5, but here coming back towards me now, it's none other than the Mountain Raider, your NZ1. Georgia Polka Dot Poe Edwards as she comes back down towards me. She's never going to get rid of that name. Around the corner she goes, home and hose for the 4th time today in this class. That's the 11 girls, 20 inch. Oh my giddy aunt. This is all game here, Jaden and Manawa. I don't know how we're going to get to the end. But as they cross the line.
We ain't got long to go, guys. We're all right. They can deal with
Not long to go, Brenton. Not long to go. And of course, our live streaming service brought to you by Jack Links. Live streaming across the Moto here today, and there's the 195, 11 girls out there on the track. It looks like Hattie Barrington there from Sunset Coast. Look at her go, ponytail bobbing around. And we've got McMillan there from Southland sitting back there in that 2 spot. Campbell from Alexandra sitting in the 2 now. Changing of the guard between Barrington, Campbell and McMillan, but it looks like Barrington's going for gold here as she makes her way down this 3rd straight. She's going to be looking forward to putting her feet up, I'm sure. as she makes her way in and out of that third corner. Turn and burn, she goes towards the finish line. Campbell from Alex is sitting back there in that 2 spot. McMillan from Southland still holding on to that 3 spot. But Haddington, Barrington, Sunset Coast, she'll take out the 1 spot. Campbell for the 2 and McMillan from Southland for the 3.
Rightio, gate down, and it's already on the track before I've looked up, and it's going to be the 125 of Enzo Torrens for the 12 boys, sponsored by Mile & Co. Race 196, if you've forgotten where we are, but it's still going to be Enzo Torrens at the moment, but he's under a bit of pressure from Liam McDonald, and then you've got Kobe Geist in there as well, followed by Toby Milne and Cone Blair. But here we go, you can throw a blanket over these 3 into the first corner. That inside line doesn't work for most people, and Liam, I think, has found that out the hard way. Because he's about to lose 2 spots there and drop back to the 3.
Here we go, I tell you, it is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get till you get it, but into the work they go. Mile & Co bringing us race number 197. It's a 12 boys. Dylan Johns, the Mountain Raider. He's looking for a piece of the pie as he comes flying around that into the whole shot on the 670 plate. He's been consistent all day. Max Holson, though, on the 940 out of Rotorua. He wants a piece, but Baden Prescott from Te Awamutu, home of the 2026 BMX New Zealand National Championships. He's going to show us how it's done. Heath Boyce out of Christchurch, though. He's in the 124 with Caleb Hodder at New Plymouth on the 196. Dylan Lee from Kapiti on the 533. But it's all Dylan Johns as he takes us home here for race number 197, thanks to Mile & Co.
Righty, as we move on to race 198 as they come out thick and fast down this first straight, and looks like Mr. Hickey got the best of the hill starts. I'm sure Logan and Mackenzie will be in amongst the action as well. Hickey's got the whole shot. Mackenzie's sitting in that 2 spot at the moment. Logan's for the 3. Jamie, Cole and Austin as well are in amongst the piece of the action as well. I'm sure they're trying to work their way up the pack, but look at Mr. Hickey from the Shartanko. He's on the 600 plate as he moves towards that 3rd corner. Turn and burn towards the finish line for the final time today. Caden McKenzie from Christchurch City on the 182, sitting back there in that 2 spot. Harley Logan from North Harbour sitting in that 3. There you 1, 2, 3. Hickey, McKenzie, Logan.
Rightio, race 199, Moto 4 for the 12 girls, and it's the Aotearoa Gaming Trust sponsored. And here we go, we got 4 going in here. What chip does the Seagull want to get? So it looks like it's going to be the SI2 of Olivia Anderson. Just cruising out the front there. Mia Grant and Matilda Norris are going to rock with her. But here we go. We got more Argy Bargy in the 2nd corner. Let's see what happens as they come down the 3rd straight. Is it going to stay the same or is it going to change? This last corner can take a lot of people. So it's Matilda Norris just trying to have a look down the inside. And here we go. Olivia Anderson and Matilda Norris going side by side down the last straight. Oh, Mia Grant's going to hold on to the 3, and it was Matilda Norris that got that one, according to a transponder.
Yeah, tell you what, it's some exciting racing happening here. Thanks to 98 coaching at first gate of 13 boys. It's going to be a hard-winner rider. It's going to be your NZ1 coming into the work. That's Finn Lawrence. He's got company, though. I can hear Carter Simmons in the mix, too, on the 931 out of Cromwell. He's in the blue and red, and he's going for it. Nixon Murphy out of Christchurch is looking for a space. Nixon Wallach out of Cromwell. He's looking for something, too. Kai Tuckerton's Baden Big. It got part of our action, elbow to elbow. Yeah, that 2nd corner flying around there. Nathan Swain, he's in the mix of the Sunset Coast. What's he got in the cank as they're around us, taking us home? Race number 200 here, thanks to 98 coaching. That's our 13 boys.
Rightio, 13 boys are our biggest group of age group riders, ladies and gentlemen. Brought to you by 98 Coaching. Looks like Goff had a fire of a start over O'Neill, Shanks, Barrington, Jeffco, Vanderberg and Burge. But look at Goff go. He's got the whole shot as he goes in and out of that first corner for the final time today. But right in behind him is Brooke O'Neill there from Te Awamutu. He's the defending South Island Championship title as he makes his way out of that 2nd corner. That's the SI1 leading from the front. He's on the charge. He's getting down low as he makes the best of this northerly winds blowing across here at the NAC BMX track. Goff is settled for the 2 at the moment. Let's see if he can close the gap over Alex Shanks Hamilton. He's sitting in that 3 spot. And it looks like that's the way it's going to be. O'Neill, Goff, Shanks, are you 1, 2, 3.
Rightio, race 102. 102? We're double that. 202, 13 boys from 98 coaching. The 609 of Sam Band from Southland. He's the one that's going to lead us out into it. Followed by Jesse Surgeon, the local man. And we've had a bike trying to have a flying lesson. I don't think bikes are supposed to fly, not without their riders on it. But it looks like the 609 is going to be holding on to that front spot, followed by the 600 there of Dylan Smith. We go back to the 357 of Maxwell Norris from Cromwell. That's going to be your top three, but nothing better than the Southland rider of Sam Brand. Just the unlucky rider there of, I think that was Jesse Surgeon, the local man, that decided to put on a show with his bike in the air. He's moving, which is good. It's always a good sign, but it's not good when you use your mates as a speed bump. It's, oh, here we go. You can probably see on the live stream, we've got the wind picking up now, and it's starting to get a bit dusty, so we'll be looking to carry on quite quickly if Jesse's all right to move.
Here we go, and just jumping over to the YouTube channel, mate, looking at some of the shout-outs. We got Ellie Beddick shouting out to Derek and Mason. I know Big D is somewhere, hopefully okay. Saw him do one moto, but not seen him out since. Paul Stills, shout-outs to Taranaki riders from Team Stillsy, which is fantastic to see. He's tuning in from the Naki. Go Lottie Rose, there we go, get it, Pippa from Daryl. I tell you, it's great to get on that YouTube channel, post your comments, let us know what's going on. You two watching in on channel 200 from the live stream, you can get in there and have a nosy too.
And just remember that raffle's floating around as well. It's trackstarsbmx.co.nz, you'll be able to get in there. Facebook.com/BMXNZ South Island titles. You go on there. They'll be drawn tomorrow before prize giving. So you've got a couple of days, $10, and you can get God knows how much money's worth of frame and forks there.
Mate, I'm going down now. I'm going to go get me a ticket.
Oh, I'm definitely going to do one tonight.
I think it's me up now, eh? Race number 203, thanks to 98 Coaching. Yes, I'm getting the nod. I've got the right race. Blake Norris, though, on the 218. He's having a crack. Can he get the whole shot? He's got company, though. It's Bartabar. The 792. That's Waipapa Rogers out of Nelson. He's having a crack. I don't know. I tell you, he's come out of nowhere. Look at him go. He's got himself in front. It's all about the skills that pay the bills. Into the rhythm straight. They're coming back towards us. I think it's Waipapa Rogers out of Nelson in the front. Blake Norris. Lucas Jones sitting in the 3. Jackson Carroll on 247 out of East City. He's trying to battle through. Can he go a spot here as he makes his way around the corner? Sam Glover out of Kaitangata. Flynn Stafford out of Nelson again. Jethro Bird from Dunedin. They're all in it, but it looks like it's going to be all go. Not quite sure how that finished as I was watching the middle of the pack, so check that out on YouTube.
Rightio, more Fast and Furious action brought to you here by Trackstars in race 204. These are your 14 boys. And Jono Hansen, Brooklyn Hansen, Murphy, Innsworth, Morgan, Parker, Burke and Arnold. Tell you what, there's been some good racing today, and this race is certainly showing some Fast and Furious action up front between Murphy and Hansen. We've seen what these two have been doing all day. It's been bar to bar action, rubber to rubber, as Murphy and Hansen make their way down towards this third corner, looking towards the finish line now. But Murphy looks like he's pulled out a nice bike lead over Hansen. He's probably going to have to settle for the 2, and it looks like Dylan Inwhistle from Dunedin will take the 3.
Rightio, race 205, 14 boys, gate 2 of these guys, and we've got Austin Stronach. I'm looking to go straight out to the front. He was the quickest out of the start, and that's where he's going to say his mum's going to shoot me if I jinx him, so I'm not going to commentate too much on him. So it's going to be the second place rider, Reef Hendricks. We'll leave the front place runner and doing his thing. So it's going to be Reef Hendricks in the 2, Dylan Sazi in the 3, Colton Joyce in the 4. But back to the front of the field, Reef Hendricks taking that 2. Then we'll go back to Dylan Sazi for the 3, Colton Joyce will take the 4. Ollie Norris, Rocky Branks, Ryan Marshall and Jack Duckett are in this one. Hope that's all right, Leanne.
Here we go, thanks to Trackstars. 15 boys, race number 2 is 6 with Moto 4, and they head down, bum up into the wind they go. Into the first corner, though, to NZ4. That's Blake Gover out of Kaitangata. He's pushing hard, but he's got the Southland Z Collibin behind him on the 589. The 717, I can see him from here. Tyler Grant in North Harbour, he's looking for a way around. Liam Steed at a Christchurch on the 449 alongside Liam King from Cromwell on the 146, but Goslin Warren from Christchurch on the 297. Tyler Grant's going to make a move, is he? Here we go. Can he get the pedals on? No, it looks like it's going to be, as I was calling it, Blake Gover, Z colleague Tyler Grant. Looks like how it'll roll out for race number 206, thanks to Track Stars.
Radio race 207 is brought to us by Track Stars. Oh, I was having a bit of a snooze then, Brenton. Anyway, I missed the start, but that's all fine. Anyway, as we go back to the track, making their way down the second straight, we've got our 550 plate of Fletcher Lawrence here from Marwada. Liam Clifford from Tauranga's on the 131. He's trying to see what he can do as he makes his way down this rhythm section. I tell you what, Lawrence was the target for Clifford because Clifford's trying to close the gap. Let's see if this third corner gives him that extra speed that he needs. Marshall, of course, forward land, wider and amongst the action, but it looks like the Harwood rider, Fletcher Lawrence, too good, too strong. He'll cross over the finish line for the final time today, followed by Clifford, then Ford.
Rightio, race 208, the 15 boys, last gate of these guys, sponsored by Track Stars, and it's the 821 that gets into the first corner first. So it's Fergus Gardner, he's going to lead them through, and then we go back to Oliver Donaldson, and then I think that could have been Kieran Hagan, but it's just in the right place at the right time that Kieran Hagan and managed to jump in front of Oliver Donaldson. So here we go. There's a big wee gaggle here, and who's going to have to grab a fistful of brakes? Nobody, because they fanned themselves out. So Fergus Gardner from Cambridge going to take this one over Kieran Hagan, and then we go back to Oliver Donaldson, and that's your top three.
Here we go, it's coming at us nice and fast. It's the NZCT race number 209, 17 to 34 mile. It's the first gate of the midst, the 110. Fred Cooper out of Christchurch, he's leading them around, but he's got Liam Goodwin. He's all over there with Hedgefest on his mind. He wants to take out a spot though as he comes back around. Fred Cooper, Liam Goodwin, Quinn Bowen on the 209. He's sitting in the 3 out of Waitakere. A couple of local lad there. Ryan Hurley on the 431. He's currently sitting in the 4th, but he's got company. That's Keenan Brown out of Christchurch on the 164 and Owen Brown on the 208 out of Christchurch with companies. Liam Parks on the NZ7 as they cross the line here for race number 209. Thanks to NZCT.
Radio race 210's coming at us, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thanks to Jack Lynch for bringing us our live streaming service, as they always do at major events. But it looks like the NZ one of Deegan McCormick from Dunners. He's got the best of the hill in the whole shot as he makes his way towards the second corner for the final time. McCombie from Dunedin's also in that 2 spot. So it's Dunedin, NAC affair at the moment. That's your 1, 2, 3. But it's Dunedin, McCormick and McCombie. They're your 1, 2 as they go into this third corner. Turn and burn as they get down low and make their way towards the finish line. McCormick from Dunedin, he's on the charge in your 17 to 34 mile 2 years. He'll take out race 210, followed by McCombie from Dunedin as well, and Wilkinson from NAC for the 3.
Rightio, race 211, and I seen a back out Benny James in here. Is he going to do the same thing again? No, he's managed to put himself in the right spot this time. So Cameron Lang leading us around, Jack Gibby in the 2. Old back out Benny James didn't have to this time. So it's going to be Cameron Lang followed by Jack, and then we go back to Ben. Zeb Pickford's in here as well, Hunter Sterling Lizzie and Hunter Hero as well. But back to the front, Cameron Lang, he's going to take this one, Jack Gibby, and then old back out Benny James, not having to back out this race.
And here we go. I tell you what, it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality in this awesome foursome. They're into it. This is our 16 boys, thanks to Track Stars. Here we go. It's the 196 heading into the whole shot. That's Dunedin's Ben Shaw. Talking about Dunedin, we've got Mason Joel Guzman in the mix there too on the SI2 plate. It's almost like it's their club night with Caleb White at a hardware getting himself nose in front. No, he's back in the 2. I tell you what, it's changing faster than days in the week here at Christchurch. And then we got Lockie McKinley. He's in the mix too as they come back around, but it's going to be your hardware rider, Caleb White. He's going to take us home, followed by Ben Shaw, Mason Joel Guzman, and Lockie McKinley. Thanks to Track Stars. That was race 212, 16 boys.
And thank you to BMX New Zealand for delivering us our women juniors here at the South Island titles as they come flying towards this first corner. And and it is none other than Selena Feister there from the Mountain Raiders. She's your skinny digit of the NZ1. She's on the charge, making her way down this rhythm section. Azaria Thornley from the Queety sitting there in that 2 spot, but she's got company in the form of Cassie and Lewis, who's moved up into the 2 spot. And of course, Holly Oldman from Alexandra sitting back there in the 4. Taylor Arnold from Tauranga, she's sitting in that 5 spot. Jessica Herrera, Jessica Bourne, and Destiny Stewart. But look at Selena Feister go. She's on the charge, and she's going to cross over the finish line and take out race number 213, followed by Cassie Lewis and Holly Oldman for the 3.
Radio race 214, 40 to 44 male 20-inch, and I'm looking for the battle between Murph and Mr. K, but they had a bit of a rub up on the first race, so I think they're going to keep it pretty square until there's semis and finals, till they need to. So at the moment, Scotty Murphy holding on to the front, Cam K just slotting in behind, keeping their bikes upright. Then we go back to Jamie Nelson. So in the first moto, tried to clean up whatever mess they were making for each other. But there we go. They put on a show, old Scotty Murphy and Cam K, having a bit of a lean on each other. That's when you need to play that song, old Lean On Me, for that last corner for these two.
Here we go. Talk about putting on a show, though. It's Cycle Express putting on a show for race number 215. Make sure you get over and find Bruno before he gets blown away. But it's the 1, 2, 3 plate. Glenn Richardson out of the Hutt Valley Thunderbolts. He's definitely getting his money's worth. He's out at the front at the moment. Nathan Cornelius out of Christchurch on the 666 plate. He's having a crack. Can he do anything down the second straight? Daniel McKinley out of Cromwell. Glenn Ogle as well from Christchurch. Hunter Burden, Dunedin there. James Grubb out of Alex. They're pushing hard. Here we go. It's the final straight. The lactic acid is burning. It's going to be kicking in now, I tell you. They're going to want a couple of cold fizzies later on as they cross the line for the 215, thanks to Cycle Express.
And I think it's the cold fizzies, Brenton, that are keeping these young fellas going as they make their way around the track for the final time today. And look at Mr. Mohi on the charge. He's on the 495 from NAC. Thornley from Taqueti in the 2 spot. Brent Bukerski from NAC back in the 3. I tell you what, this is a tight and furious race. Look at them all go. They're all bar to bar as they make their way down that second straight. But Mohi's decided, he's checked out, he's gone. He wants to go home early. He wants to have a cold one, and got on him as these strong winds make their way across the track here at NAC at Bexley Park. But it is Mohi in the 1 spot at the moment. Thornley's holding on to the 2, but Mikurski is hot on his heels in the 3 spot at the moment. But Mohi on the 495 will cross over the finish line. 2-3 is up for the grabs, and it looks like Mikurski has just taken it out over Thornley.
Radio race 217, it's the men elite. Don't blink or you miss it. And hopefully Bias manages to stay in the front, doesn't have to thread the needle this time. So Bias holding on to the front. We've got Jesse James Green just had something happen and backed out of the pro straight on that one. So it's going to be Bias, Bryson Joyce, Jackie Stanley is going to be sitting out there. Jesse James Green is sitting in the second to last just after something happened. And Nick Cowie just trying to find a way around. But Bias, he's been all over the country and around the world racing bikes. So he's got the experience everywhere.
Here we go, thanks to the hand therapist. It's all action aplenty. This is race number 218. It's our 13 to 14 girls. Into the work they go, though. Let's see who's at the front. It's your NZ2, though. That's Indy McCullen out of Southland. Honor McCabe out of Southland's in there, too, with Bohahura. This is a three Southlanders out of Invercargill racing hard. Kelly Mellor from Christchurch is in the thick of it. Quint Lindsay, she's having a crack. Sophie Adair, Stella Skelton. Can't see where Stella is though, so hopefully I'm not mixing that up. As they come back round though, it is going to be Indy McCullen. She's out of Southland on the NZ2. As they come back round, we see our Cromwell rider there. That must be Quinn Lindsay, I'm going to say. She's having a crack. Oh, there we go. Our Mountain Raider came out of nowhere to round it up as they push home. That is race number 218. The hand therapist. Talking about Michael Bias, we will be spending an evening with Michael Bias as he supports the Waitakere Club to fundraise for their canteen. They got burnt down, so that's coming up real soon. Check out the Waitakere BMX Club Facebook page.
Righty, in and out of this first corner we go. They are 15 to 16 girls brought to you by Enco. And it looked like Eliza Bird on the 117 from Dunedin. Sorry, the 320 plate of Kat Morris. She's taken the lead as he makes his way into that second corner. Bird's had to slot back into that 2 big from Kotangata in the 3. Lara Ziegler, Wilkinson and Stronach from Christchurch City. No, Stronach didn't start. Hopefully she's okay. But Kat Morris from Southland, she's still leading. She's on the 320 plate. Eliza Bird from Dunedin will take out the 2 spot, and Ada Big from Kotangata for the 3.
Rightio, race 220, and it's the 35 plus cruiser female, and let's see what the girls can do. They're not as young as they used to be, so 4 races can be a lot for them. It's the NZ4 of Amy Duggett from Rotorua. She's holding on to the win at the moment. Then we go back to the 511 of Nikki Mulligan from Harweda. She's holding on to 2. We've got a bit of a battle for 3 and 4. Old Nikki Bonsil and Rachel Rogers having a bit of a scrap between themselves. So it's going to be the battle for 3rd it is. We've got Rachel Rogers just holding on to the 3, setting up for that last corner. Let's see what she can do this time, because Nikki's probably going to be that one that just says, aha, you can have the top. But it looks like Rachel Rogers is capitalising on the mistake that Nikki made for that 3 spot.
Here we go, 8 to 10 cruiser male, thanks to Inco, and this is it. Frank Waters, he was throwing it down, hammer and tong. Earlier on the 618, he comes into that whole shot. He's got it. That's the 99 plate, though, of Rex Olsen he should be worried about. He's right over his back wheel, and they're going 3 wide with Nico Risenberg, James Bell, and Quinn Rafe. Oh, the wind's blowing these kids around a little bit, and they're getting funky. Loose as a goose into the second corner. Hopefully they hang on. Oh, this is some exciting racing as they come back down. This is more intense than a WWE Grand Slam. Into the last corner they go. It's the 618 plate. That's Frank Waters, and he's still got Rex Olsen pushing for a spot. In there, though, Nico Risenberg, he's trying hard. He's pushing pedals, throwing heads. He's doing it all, but it looks like he's going to have a run for it down the inside. Is he going to have enough juice in the tank? That one's going to go upstairs for sure.
Righty out on the track now. We're brought to you by Enco 8 to 12 cruiser female. Looks like Foss there she has done all day. She's leading from the front over Barrington Murphy and Torrens there from Tiarawa. But it's the Mountain Raider on the 337. Look at her go. She tries to contend with this win. But this is the last time you have to race today here, ladies. You can put your feet up and rest tonight and come back tomorrow fast and furious. But it is Foss, Barrington, Torrens, Murphy in that order at the moment. Frost is getting down low, trying to make the best of these conditions. But every rider's in the same boat, as they say. But it is Foss leading over Barrington as Foss makes his way down this finish straight for the final time today here at the South Island Titles, brought to you by Jack's Links and Enco, who sponsored our 8 to 12 cruiser female.
Rightio, race 223, and we're getting closer towards the end where everyone can pack up and put their tents down. But to the front, it's the 670 of Dylan Johns from Mountain Raiders. Old Big Red Bus I see in there as well. Let's see if he can do a bit better than what he did last time. Baden Prescott sitting in the 2. And we've got Max Olsen in the 3. Old Big Red Bus, Caden McKenzie holding on to 4. But back to the front, Dylan Johns from Mountain Raiders. He's got a bit of a gap over everyone else now. I think that could be 4 from 4 first cruiser. And then we go back to Baden Prescott. We've got Max Olsen for the 3, Caden McKenzie, Enzo Torrens, Jacob Crawford and Nathaniel Clifford as well.
Here we go, thanks to Kinetics. It is our 13 to 14 cruiser male, race number 224 as we look to see who's got a whole shot. I can tell you it's a Cromwell rider. It's the 300 plate, that's Carter Simmons. He's pushing hard with the SI4 behind him. That's Quinn Parker out of Dunedin. We've got Harwera's Dylan Smith there on the 100 plate. You can see him sitting in the 3. Maxwell Morris out of Camwell. He's in there alongside the Sunset Coast rider of Finn Barrington on the NZ6. That's where the battle's at the moment. It looks like the battle between Finn and Maxwell is on. Finn back out in the front at the moment. Can he do? What is Maxwell going to do as they go into the last corner? But it's going to be the Cromwell rider of Carter Simmons looking like he might hang on for the 1 as they round out race number 224. Thanks to Kinetics here at the South Island Titles.
Rightio, race 225 coming to us, ladies and gentlemen, the second group of 13 to 14 cruiser male. And it looks like Cooper Murphy on the 690. No, it's Reef Hendricks. He's on the 690 plate. He's leading from the front. He got the whole shot. Cooper Murphy's riding behind him on the 134. And, of course, Angus Morgan from NAC on the 321. Nixon Murphy, Jackson Carroll, they all want a piece of the action as well. Let's see if they can join that pack out in front. But it is Reef Hendricks on the Mountain Raider. He's the 690 plate. Look at him go as he goes into this third corner for the final time today. Followed there by Murphy and Morgan. But Reef Hendricks, too good, too strong. He'll take out the Kinetic-sponsored 13 to 14 cruiser male. Followed there by Cooper Murphy, Angus Morgan. Followed by Nixon Murphy and Jackson Carroll.
Radio race 226 as the 15 to 39 cruiser male. It's sponsored by Stratco. And we're looking at a gaggle going into that first corner. But nothing better than Hunter Sterling Lindsay. Then we drop back to Hunter Hera, and then we've got Travis Marshall, Braden King, Liam Clifford, older James Mellor, and in the second to last place. Whoa! Where's his flight? Oh no, he's been relegated. He's been relegated. Never mind. He's got flying pigs on, so hopefully it gives him some sort of luck. But back to the front, Hunter, Sterling, Lindsay, followed by Hunter here, Travis Marshall, Braden King, Liam Clifford, Liam King, James Mellor, and Ben Bolden.
So someone tell James he's got his glasses on backwards too. But here we go, Stratco, race number 227. Thank you very much, Stratco, for the 15 to 39 Cruiser Mail. Jack Gibby out of North Haven Christchurch. This is his home track. He'll know every piece of lime. Adam Lawrence, your NZ1 out of Hawke's Bay. He's going to show why he's the NZ1. Hamish Earl from Cromwell's in the mix there with Liam Parks out of company. Deacon McCormick in Dunedin, he's in the thick of it too with Tara, Sam Torrance. And we've got Braden Bird in there from the Hawke's Bay pushing hard as they come around the corner there. This is race number 227, moto number 4 as we come to an end of today's racing. It's Stratco. So lock in, hold on for the next 5 races.
Audio brought to you by Track Stars Area 17 to 29 Cruiser Female, and it looks like it's a battle between Alexandra and the Mountain Raider. Holly Oldman's got the whole shot at the moment, but Selena Feister, she's led from the front all day. She's going to have to show us a bit of her magic if she wants to close the gap on Holdman. Arnold sitting back there in that 3 spot. Jesse Hera from Harwood in the 4. Destiny Stewart from Dunedin sitting back there in that 5 spot. But look at the battle go on between Selena Feister and Holly Oldman. I tell you what, Selena Feister, she's been leading from the front all day. She wants that clean fresh air. And Holdman's from Alexandra, she's had to settle for the 2, followed there by Taylor Arnold from Tauranga for the 3. Jesse Hera for the 4, and Destiny Stewart for the 5.
Rightio, gate down in race 229, the 40 to 49 Cruiser Mail. Not so old boys yet. They're not Stone Age yet. That's next year for some of them. But it's Scotty Murphy going to lead us out, followed by Jamie Nelson. I think he's going to hold the 2. Hayden Payne's in there. Old Badman. It's a Christchurch City and well, it's a Christchurch City race with Rangy being the only Nelson rider in there. So it's Christchurch City bragging rights. Scotty Murphy's going to hold on to there. Old Jamie Nelson and Hayden Payne having a bit of a scrap on that last corner. But who's got the run down the last straight? Old Scotty Murphy's going to hold on to it. So that's all good. And then we go back to Hayden Payne and Jamie Nelson.
Here we go as I'm listening to Monawa chat away in the background there. He might want to turn his mic off, mate. It's moto number 4, thanks to Enco. It's race number 230. Into it is Cameron Kay on the 130 out of North Canterbury. Christchurch rider of Nathan Cornelius on the 141, though. He's looking for a way round in that wind. And it looks like Corey Green might have got his way, though. Adam Nelson on the 715. Johan Rosenberg on the 44. Here we go. Oh, my giddy aunt. It is the 130. Cameron Kay had a crack up the outside. It's our Nelson rider. That must be Corey Green sitting in the 2. What's going to happen as they round it out? We look for Sean Kingston out of Nelson, Darren Colley out of Southland, and Jeremy Hudson out of New Plymouth.
Rightio, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Hand Therapist. This is race 231, your 50-plus Cruiser Mail, and it looks like it's none other than the master, Shane Meister, leading from the front. He's the legend. He's from Hamilton. He's on the 05. Oh, he got pushed up there, though, by Mark Lewis. Mark Lewis decided to make a changing of the guard, and he's on the 497 plate, so Wayne Shanks has had to slot back into the 3 because Rick Holden has moved up into 2. I tell you what, these old fellas are certainly not showing that they've run out of energy because they're going to go thick and hard and fast to the finish line. It looks like Mark Lewis and AC, but Meister's coming up the outside. Is he going to have the juice in the tank to take this race out? Let's wait and see. What a race. Meister's just taken it out over Lewis and Holton for the 3.
Rightio, last race of the day, and it's the old boys on big wheels, and let's see if Bogus has changed his shirt again, and he has, just to make it a nightmare for me. So Matty Phillips is going to lead us round there, and then we go back to Bogus, who's just been relegated to the 3rd spot, and then we go back to Adam Cook there as well. But Matty Phillips, I didn't know you were in 50 plus, dude, but now you're old. So it's Matty Phillips leading them around. The 171, Adam Cook, he's going to take the 2. Older Bogus just run out of steam, so he needs to go back to his rest home to recharge. But Craig Berrington just going past him. Old Warren Bogus, just he's throwing the towel out this time. And then we go back to Roy Lanning, who happens to be the other old fella here who's doing 2 classes today. Well, I think that completes...
You're going to be lucky if you're here tomorrow, mate.
What, mate?
Calling Bogus the old man going to a rest home.
Oh, he loves it. He loves it.
Well, there we go, gentlemen. Manawa Mason, Jaden Walker, thank you very much. It has been an absolutely cracker day down here at North Haven Christchurch BMX. And that's only day one. We will be back here tomorrow for day two, kicking off a little bit earlier tomorrow, so make sure you realise that. Thank you to our Freeview Channel 200 viewers. It's great to have you join us and see the best of the best of BMX racing here in New Zealand. To our YouTube viewers from around the world we saw today, this is how we race BMX in Aotearoa. So great to have you. Make sure you jump on. It's a different live stream link for tomorrow. Thanks to Jack Links and BMX New Zealand. Stay safe tonight. Make sure you strap down your marquees if you're here. Thanks to the crowd that has been around here today. And Jaden, we've spoken about this a few times, but a massive thank you to the volunteers.
Volunteers and especially our camera crew, because we wouldn't be broadcasted to you without the people behind the cameras. I'm pretty sure they don't want their faces out there. But we couldn't do it without them. All the guys in the van mixing it for you guys to see out on TV and out on the live stream. We're just here to talk rubbish. They're the ones that do all the hard yakkers. We just talk. So big thanks to them, big thanks to all the volunteers, and most importantly, St John for the patch-ups that they need to do. We can't run events like this around New Zealand without you.
Nah, so a big thank you to you, Manawa Mason, joining us from Tauranga. Thank you for your time today, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Brenton. It certainly has been one very enjoyable day. I tell you what, there's an army of people that go into delivering these major events for BMX New Zealand, and this weekend is no exception. What we do, I guess, is the icing on the cake. We are just showcasing the best of the sport, but it's all those people in behind us that help deliver what we see out on the track, Brenton.
Fantastic. So with that said, thank you to everyone. See you tomorrow. Stay safe. Have fun.
got me into BMX racing was having a place to ride my bike, really.
I started BMX because my brother started racing.
I love helping all the kids learn to ride.
I love how lots of girls come in.
Love being out with the mums and helping encourage them and get out on the bike too.
Everyone's so friendly, everyone's so enjoyable to be around.
If you want to start in BMX, go and cut your local club. There's clubs in most of our major cities. Get in there and just enjoy yourself.